There we go. I'm gonna just turn that down.
Turn that down. Okay.
So it's a distant whisper.
Maybe I'm gonna turn the music down too.
That's what I'm doing.
But it was because he was watching.
Give it a minute.
I'm looking at that James Cagney movie where that audio set.
Our audio?
It was
now?
funny.
How's that? Sound check 3, 4, 8, 9.
Huh?
Not bad. Bad. Good. Good. Bad.
I beg your pardon?
A little bit more.
Ah!
How about now? Is that good? Check. 8, 9. 3 new.
Okay. I got like a 30-second delay. Sorry about this. Need to fix something now.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did?
Yeah, you accidentally grabbed the curtain.
Ah. There.
Okay.
It's gonna work. We're good now.
The whole wall almost dropped.
Don't mind my bum, please. It's not Monka TOS, I swear.
I knew you were a tweet spot.
Oh no! The word is out.
There it goes.
Nice.
What are you doing?
I was watching from the.
It's like, is it gonna? Oh no!
Yeah.
See the thing I made? No, we haven't taken
Okay. So,
20 foot. 20 radius.
hello, and welcome back to the Cavaliers of the Cosmos.
Oh no!
5th edition D&D podcast set in. There we go.
Tired old joke about what? Space?
Space?
Who
What?
needs
There's
it?
plenty of it. You can joke about it all day.
Oh, yay.
To those who have played D&D before,
There we go.
y'all need to start becoming a little more diverse. Seeing a lot of repetitive characters online. And those who have never
There's
played
only
D&D
so many
Ooh, cool air.
things.
Okay, when I look up
But
tiefling,
seeing-
it's either edgy or gay edgy.
and if you
Not
look
that
up
I mind.
and if you look up Bard, they're screwing everybody.
I have not screwed
And
anybody
usually they're
yet.
gay tieflings.
And usually they're gay tieflings.
Yeah. And if you look up dwarfs, they're hardy or heavy into the mining thing,
Or really big drinkers. Or is that just me on a normal day?
And then those players are all being heavily toxic. So if you've never played D&D before, don't listen to people and just play what you want to freaking play.
Spooks.
Okay?
I think the ghost of Hardy Dwarf's past
Did not like that joke.
So let's go around. Do
But
just a quick
it's a
introduction of
rectangle.
ourselves.
But it's a rectangle.
We'll start with Clifford Curbith.
Curbith.
Yeah.
I'm Clyde Van Horncover. I got a middle name now. Van Horncover.
Or
Von Van Horncover.
I like the idea of like, I'm Vaughn.
Clyde Von Horncover?
I'm Shatasha. I play Danica, Fire Genasi Druid.
I'm Corbin Ewer, and I play as Ocean Gresta, and I'm hopefully just going to tweak that accent so it's a bit more hearable.
And less offensive.
Oh.
I am Michael, and I am portraying. What?
No, we're just laughing at Corbin.
Okay. I'm portraying Xander Fargrim, a deep gnome who is a mystic.
And I'm the pretty princess DM known as Mackenzie.
That works.
It does.
It does work.
Who's going to dispute it?
US names. Huh?
Who's going to dispute it?
I got
the
one
angry
side.
Twitch
Defaults
community.
Do not mess with the DM.
Queen? No?
Brown noser?
Quick recap.
Who's the
The
shot?
group organized a little tourney last session to determine the new king. Worked it down to 10 people who participated in the proper
What was
tourney.
Something fell behind me. I don't know what it was. I'm not.
A pack of cards.
Eat your pack of cards.
Okay, it's not so bad.
Shortly into the competition, gargoyles attacked. The group quickly fought them off to protect the king, well, the past king, the crazy king.
Yeah.
And they sort of won. They took out one of the 3 gargoyles that they were fighting.
Chased away 2 others.
But we totally took them all out because Talus grabbed the crown and just went boom.
Yeah, yous took them out.
Yeah, we
Talus-
totally did.
Talus got all the experience for that,
Like,
It just
He went up 10 levels in one crowning.
what? Yeah.
Well, I would hope so.
Did he?
No, he doesn't have a level. He's
After
not
the king was
important
crowned,
enough.
the city held a party. The group was held in high revelry, and
For far too long.
3 days went by of partying and
Far too
drinking, not being allowed to sleep,
Far too long.
until finally the king, the guard, and probably a little bit of Desmond forced you lot back onto the ship, shut the door, took off, and got
Escorted.
escorted.
We had an escort service and
Back-
nobody told me?
Escorted to the
Backseat DMing always works.
to the edge of Aarakocra space known as Foul Treaty. And now you guys are in open space.
Space?
Can it be open if it's infinite?
For
What if it's closed but never reached the end?
That should be okay.
for you two, O'Shine and Xander, as you are spacefaring, the other two are not.
God, no.
They're new to the whole thing. You two have the feeling of the ship moving faster. On a technical front, you can see now that it has more engines, more thrusters. It's moving almost twice as fast, but each engine's only using probably 3/4 of its power output. So it's not even using its full potential right now. Right?
You know what? When you need to learn how to, when you need a good flying machine, go to the birds.
Chewie, punch it.
O'Shine, as it wasn't requested, they sort of just did it. Your little private engine has been sort of mounted on the back of the ship. Your thruster is being mounted on the back of the ship. It's like half inside the ship, half out. So if you want to work on it and hook it up, as you've been talking about, you'd have to go outside the ship now. But given the speed, you can't stand on the outside of the ship anymore. Used to before because it was slow enough, and with gravitational pull that the ship had, you would stay connected. Now, if you step outside the ship, you'll just be thrown off or killed.
Do we need like a tether or magnet suit?
The ship needs to slow down, and then you can go out, work on it, come back in.
Birds left it outside.
Well, it's like half inside, so you could do all the hookups, but if you want to like properly align it so it isn't a situation where you like kick it and
It
you
burns
think
the
you're
other one.
going straight and you're actually 5 degrees out.
Yeah.
Like 5 degrees is a big
Yeah.
difference.
Oh, yeah.
When you're talking about
So-
light years of space.
I'll
Oh dear.
I'll definitely talk to Veery's at the controls, but she can ask Desmond. I don't know the chain of command here. And just be like, hey, not now, but at some point I will be like, we need to slow down so I can work on this.
As you approach, and actually, right now, what is everyone doing? You just got off of what is essentially a 3-day
Did
bender.
I? I don't feel like I did.
If I remember correctly, Danica passed out. I went to go pick her up, passed out on her because this
Yeah.
So,
it was like
yes.
warm.
It was a 3-day bender, and you've all been sort of passed out for the last 2 days.
Yeah, because you had said that we
What
woke
you
up
got?
in our
your
cots.
All in separate areas, sort of separate. Danica, you're in your hammock,
Yeah.
which is 2 bunks down from Clyde, sleeping sort of dressed. You can see that the other 3 took off some of his clothes, but then hit a point where they were just like, you know what, he's fine. O'Shawn, when you wake up, you're right by the 2 engines where you set up your cot, and now it's like you got the 1 engine, and then you got to go down a set of stairs, and there's the other engine.
Okay, so it's not like a satellite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Xander, you actually wake up in a different room that you haven't been in before, and it almost
Oh dear God.
it
This will
almost
be a funny fucking
looks
prank.
like a medical bay, but it has like its own little bed and bathroom set up on it.
Oh, you're the doctor.
And they just sort of put you in there, and you can see like Amy just like setting things up, and she's like, "Thought it'd be nice to have your own little space." And she just continues putting things up for a moment, and then walks out of the room. What are you doing now that you've?
I'm still asleep.
Wake up, notice the engine, go. could probably get that set up. As I go to Veery, who is often piloting, to see if we can slow down so I can properly align it so we can use it as soon as possible, just in case.
So as you enter into the cockpit, you can see Veery's in her chair, and she's just like spinning, holding onto the seat, just spinning on her seat. And Desmond's over top of this little table, and he's got all these maps out, and he's trying to like figure out the course to take on all the maps. And Veery's just like, anytime now, come on.
So go over to Veery and go, Veery, I'm asking you a question. If we can slow down so I can work on my engine in the back.
As Desmond's working on his stuff, and Veery stops spinning, he looks at you and goes, anytime you want. We can slow down. I do require a little bit of power output. Like what are we looking at? If that thing fires off, are we gonna like black out everything else? You know what are we looking at here? Are we gonna burn our full fuel in one jump?
No, it has a limiter.
How much time do you require to do that? Like get everything aligned and hooked up properly. They just sort of mounted it in there and walked away.
I assume they would have left some. No? Okay. Alright, I'll be right back after I do that little diagnostic report.
Okay. You take care of that. And at any point when you want us to slow down, just tell us. We'll do it. To be warned, the ship takes a little bit to slow down now. So when you ask, you'll probably have enough time to go get everything set up that you need, and then by that time the ship will be slowed down.
Yep.
But
Yep.
what are the have you checked in with the other three?
No.
Okay. Well, it's about
Seen enough
however
of
long
that.
it takes for you to do your bit. It's going to be about 2.5 weeks, maybe about 2 weeks from now, to get to where we are, and then add it on your setup. Okay.
You gonna go in? See how much time this takes?
How do you feel about the Braun Empire? Or the Vaughn Empire?
Let me see. I'm fresh to space, and all I know are I'm okay with nulls. Apparently I'm not okay with the I don't know, the Dark Knight ears,
Okay.
and I'm not okay with Ed. This I
Alright.
walk away.
What about the Reptile Coalition? No? No, nothing? Nothing on
That's
that?
how I got my old ship, was a reptile who, a lizard person who ate the other crew.
Oh, well that's unfortunate. Well this is the problem. We either go through the Vaughn Empire or go through the Reptile Coalition or skid between the two of them and add a couple days on.
Just a fucking pinball. Ding, ding, ding,
You
ding.
can discuss it with the others. I'll be here.
Okay, well I'm gonna go do my engineer stuff.
Sounds good. And Veery's just looking at you like, I don't know where the little mushroom guy is. He's on the ship.
Oh. Don't let Clyde catch him.
I do. It's gonna squish them.
He's gonna cook him up in a stew.
So I just open up the nearest vent and I just yell, Junior!
I'm assuming that would reverb through everything and that would wake my fucking ass up.
Has she been shroomed yet?
Give me a performance check.
Oh yeah.
Who?
My
Has Veery been
worst
shroomed?
stat.
Don't know yet.
No, just had to say yes.
Oh.
Let's see. Ooh, 15 minus 2.
Spatial awareness check?
13?
13. I just wanted to see how far the camera went. 13, you shout it out and you just hear like a little pitter patter inside the vent. You can hear it.
Distant giggling.
You don't hear any like response.
Oh. No.
I guess how big's the vent?
To climb into?
Veery can fit it.
Yeah, but Veery's also a.
I can
I'm
fit
just gonna
whatever
say
I
drow because I forget the space name comes to me for it.
Escher.
Escher. Okay.
I can raccoon in it.
Oh. That might scare
The
me.
Xander can fit in there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, as you shout in. You don't hear a response. You continue in onto the engine, or are you going to go wake up the rest of the
Engine, it's not like you can run away anywhere.
Okay. So as you get to it,
Got a point.
it's hooked up. It's being bolted in. The wires are all just sort of hanging there, and the cables and pipes are all just sort of hanging there. It's hard to tell looking at them, like, what's to what. Can I get a tinker's check?
Jesus.
Which my intelligence plus my
Proficiency.
Proficiency is 3 right now.
So that's 14.
14. As you look at it, it's hard to tell, like, what's on and off, and some of the wires, even though you know you didn't do it, some of the wires look like they've been cut. Or
I'm
like,
not going to worry about setup until I get the alignment finished.
maybe even like scraped underneath the engine into its spot and stripped out. They don't look the greatest, but
Definitely wasn't put in with care.
it is workable once you figure out what everything is. Because
Okay.
it's hard to tell here.
I would rather get the outside bit done, so I'm going to figure out all the outside stuff.
You can also tell now, being this close to like the exterior part of the ship, that the hull has been like layered up. So what are you off to do next?
I'm gonna we're just gonna record all the data I need for my spacewalk.
Okay.
And give it to Desmond and Viri and go do my spacewalk and get the alignment and all that set.
The ship slows down. It takes about half an hour to go from full speed to being able to go outside of the ship.
If I can grab all my tools.
Yeah. As you get out there, it's quiet, and as you get up there, it's not that it's like massively out of line when you start looking at it. Like, it's not, mounted perpendicular to the other engines, but it's just you're gonna have to start like lining it up. Give me a tinker's roll to see if you can figure out how far everything's out. And
Okay, do I get inspiration from last session?
yeah. Use all of it.
Because this is important.
Can't quite see the number, but I imagine it's not great.
Ah,
It ain't.
He's using his 10 already. So
18.
18.
that's better.
It's about 10 degrees out, and it won't be hard for you to realign it because it's being mounted down, but it has separate mountings, so you can just like slowly jimmy it over. And you're able to identify all the cables from the exterior, what they hook up to, and you go about all that stuff, and it's very, very quiet. Nobody can talk to you. The only way anyone can communicate with you right now is via the wrist, and nobody else is really doing anything. As you stand there, though, on the hall, you start wrapping up and putting your tools back. You start to notice like one of your wrenches floating off a little bit. As you reach out and grab it, you can see just in the distance, probably 10 miles off, just a shape sort of going really quickly. Not towards you, but it looks like a firing mass flying like away. And you're unable to precisely identify what it is. It's not going away from you, it's not coming at you, it's sort of like probably 4 minutes ago you crossed its path, sort of deal. But just going on.
Sort of keep that memory in my head, and when I hit it, I'm gonna try and find a flat object, whether it's paper or something, and use my arcane tinkering to produce the image onto it.
Okay. Give me a perception check. Just
Let me
how
change
much
that
your
D20 first, that makes it rare.
how much your mind retaining the details that you're seeing, the scene.
That's better. 21.
21.
Oh.
You get it on there. You know, it's pretty well sized out, but it's still not detailed enough to tell what it is. But something definitely flying close by.
Okay. As I walk in to tell Fury this, oh hey, I'm done outside. Also, there's this thing.
Veery begins looking at it. Desmond's still like looking at the map. Because as you can see, looking at the maps, he's got one for several different territories. And as he gets like the edge of one, he marks something and then goes over to another sheet and starts like finding that one and then starts marking.
You okay there, cartographer?
You know, I enjoy the carbon copies of the maps better. I know it's old world and there's display tables that just hold the entire universe mapped out in front of you, but this something about this feels nice. You know?
Yeah, wait until we have to do a universe-wide trek.
Well,
Like,
you know what, Ocean?
Oh, I'm not judging you.
No.
I used
I'm just gonna also
paper
say,
quite a bit. I'm
if
just
you-
saying.
since you're setting that up, if you want to invest into one of those digital display tables with the entire universe and maps and all that, go right ahead. I'll even split it with you.
He's just been too bored to buy one.
And we'll set it up in here.
He just gets the free maps every planet he goes to.
I just get the free maps at the service center.
I go to like the restaurant, it's like a kid play mat.
Yeah, he's just too bored to buy the display
I know
table.
the city now.
It's your ship too. Like this is your guys' home for as long as you're on here.
Ew.
So if you wanna
Until we're kicked off.
help me splurge to get one of those fancy digital displays, or if we find a ship that has one intact, there we go. But
Houston's too bored.
If I do, I want a percentage of ship ownership.
Oh.
Ballsy.
We've done one job for him, and he's like, I want like part ownership.
we'll
of
talk
this
about
ship.
that if you get one.
Damn, son.
Jesus Christ.
And as you start talking, you hear like the hissing noise, and you look towards Veery, and she's looking at the image you brought, and she's taking off her helmet and like unbuttoning the top of her suit. She's just looking at it. She's like, "That's a neat trick you got there."
Why? You
And she
should.
puts it down.
Why are you taking off your suit?
Well, and Desmond goes to the interpreter. I got this. So, part of the things that we did, money I put towards the ship, we have like a lead hull now, just so that people can't look in on us. It used to just be in vents, and now it's the entire ship.
Oh, so she doesn't have
So
to
as long as the door isn't open, we're safe. Alright?
So,
I don't have to wear this all the time.
okay.
This is heavy. I'm an athletic woman, but this is heavy, okay? This whole outfit.
Me too.
Very gesturing towards the outfit. This whole thing weighs like 30 pounds. Helmet and all.
And you had no hard military background.
Well,
I know
yeah,
Oh boy.
but I think like different divisions.
Yeah.
You look, the way you come off is more like the marching, shooting people, whereas I was more like the sneaking behind enemy lines and blowing up their engines sort of person.
I was, well, without getting much of a counter-terrorist.
I guess that depends on your point of view, right? Like, a counter-terrorist is just a terrorist to another person. But I get the point you're making.
Fucking true. Oh my god.
But yeah, we had those two. I guess technically that's what I was a government-paid terrorist. I would go into other people's ships, and she like looks past you and is like, I would go into other people's ships, you know, gray, tiny people's ships, and blow their engines,
Oh.
and then we would board and take them.
Oh.
Well, that just sounds like straight up terrorist. My operations involved more in kicking down the door and ever so slowly actually making my way to a hostage and saving them?
Making my way downtown.
See, it's part of the reason why I left.
Disabling a bomb?
Because it was all good.
Torn.
I was completely alright with it. Until they wanted me to start killing kids, and then I was like,
Whoa.
no, and then they were like, well, or God banishes you, and I was just, oh no. Shit, better put on this very heavy suit and run away. Oh, look, here's a human, and I'm here.
Oh, I got a much better breakdown about that.
There's more to it, but that's the nice part.
It's the ship we're in the flip.
So, yeah, I'm gonna lose this and go take a shower. Well, not lose it. I'm gonna take this off and go take a shower.
She's really open now.
You clean the suit too, I would imagine.
Yep.
Just turn
Press
inside
G,
out,
press G,
power
press
wash
G.
it.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna go hook up the engine now and tell you all that, how much fuel usage and all that stuff it uses once I get it hooked up.
Okay, can we go back to full burn now? No, back to how we just were before you went out.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, not full burn.
Well,
We're gonna run it like a solid 60 to 70% burn, and then if something starts chasing us, we've got that extra little kick to outrun it.
Or not.
Depends on the ship, yeah. But
Well, once I get this thing hooked up, we'll have that extra kick.
yeah, well, that's part of the question. Because if it's like, well, it requires 50% of the fuel, then I mean, we can only use it certain times. Or you
I don't know. I'll see how compatible it is with your ship now, because I'm gonna go and with the because he has a risk communicator. I'm gonna do the diagnostic first to see how much it would take up, and then report to him.
Okay. So as you were talking and you leave, you two would be close enough now. You can hear all this communication, and as who of you would wake up first?
Probably me.
I would assume.
Yeah, I was immediately gonna go eat food.
Well, as you wake up and you see Bon Bon on the little shelf beside you, Clyde sort of strawn out on a bed, and you can just see this like dark-skinned woman. I don't know if you've seen Beery without.
I am not.
Yeah, so you just see a dark-skinned woman taking off a suit, heading towards the little shower.
Wait, if I see her taking the suit off.
Like it's to her hip right now.
Okay, so there might be a moment where I'm like, "Excuse me, are you new?"
Well, I
She
know
just-
the lower half of you.
She just lets a little chuckle and keeps going with what she's doing.
That didn't answer my question.
Shuts the door. You hear it lock.
It's right here. It's back.
It's true. Kushmak! There's someone on the ship.
Yeah, there's us on the ship.
No, there's another woman on the ship.
One eye just kind of.
Woman.
Another woman, you say?
Yeah, wait, gray skin? Dark skin?
Yeah, dark gray skin.
Like a dark gray skin.
Oh, that's just Beery. She's not new.
Wait, that's Beery?
Yeah. She took her. Wait a minute. She took her suit off. Now the other eye just kind of shoots open.
And then it clicks. Oh yeah, I guess her legs were still covered. Okay, I'm gonna go eat now. Then I leave.
At which point you hear like the light little shower come on. It's a very light use of water that now directly feeds down to the greenhouse to be stored in the water tanks there.
So like, I'm like tucking. I'm guessing they got my shirt or my suit jacket off and like the vest half off, but everything else is still kind of like
You've
mangled
still got
vest.
your pants on, but they're undone.
We got the tie folded on the table.
You've still got your shirt on, but it's been like undone.
and untucked.
Everything else is on.
Okay, so I'm like, as I'm going down the hall, trying to like stomp my foot into the shoes. That is good. We might have a problem.
Desmond's just like looking at him up. Yeah, that'll work.
Problem.
Clyde, I have a question for you.
I also have a bigger question for you.
It depends on the situation. How do you feel about the Bon Empire?
I don't know what that is.
What about the Reptile Coalition?
Are those lizard people?
Yes.
I killed those on my planet.
Like a lot.
Like
Or
if
like
they
a handful?
invaded our
You know-
city, they didn't like us too much.
I need to talk to Xander, get his opinion on it.
Why does Viri have her suit off? I thought like they could see her.
Well, not right now. We got a new shell on the ship.
So we're invisible right now?
Well, the people try to look upon us magically. We're invisible. You can still see our ship physically. Yeah, it's confusing.
Eyesight, yes. Magic, no.
Her god that has cursed her, who is trying to convert her into something else,
Yeah, that's.
can't see her right now. Yeah.
What is the Braun Empire?
The Bond Empire.
But whatever.
Oh, it's
Braun!
Braun.
Oh, it's the Orkai, the big green guys, you know?
Orcs?
Yeah.
You want to go to an orc
I mean, like,
organization?
they're mostly friendly. There's like a couple near the outskirts that, like, kind of heavy on the pirating, but then they're, you know, you go closer into civilized areas and they're very...
Orc
Very nice.
civilized. Ha! That'll be the fucking day.
I mean, they're responsible for about 50% of the weaponry in space right now.
That's also really hard to believe.
Yeah. I mean,
Fuck. Space makes everything so fuck. Anybody else smell like paint? Or like gas?
A little bit.
this looks really weird.
I wouldn't worry too much because that thing that's always going off when you don't want it to would be.
Going off the hook. No, it was just a quick hit my nose. It's like, wait a minute, that's not a smell I should be smelling.
I think
Could have
it's,
been just...
It's missing farted.
it could
Nope,
be
it's not that.
the new like equipment and stuff.
Yeah, it might
Maybe
be that.
have like just
Oh, maybe.
like,
Sorry, I
fancy
just
smells.
Anyway.
it just that's a smell that you shouldn't smell.
Can we not have a gas leak panic on stream?
At least
Don't worry.
people would know what's going on.
We have CO2
Preferable that goes
detectors
for a
both
microstroke
levels.
too. Don't have a microstroke. Gonna do that. Do it off.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
So-
If you're gonna die, do it off camera. Anyway,
In the game, you just
You
have
know,
a
like,
moment
just
of
for
like...
viewers.
The fourth wall.
I thought he was like trying to like be like someone cooking in the game, like
no,
so I was in the
no,
kitchen.
sorry, outside of the
I
game.
can smell it though. I can smell what you're talking
Okay,
Alright.
but okay, we're back in the game here. I'm also gonna.
Get your head in the game there!
Somebody's cooking. Who's cooking?
Oh, just so you know, we have the food processor set up, so now you can like print food.
Print food?
You know, I'll just show you.
Yeah,
Hold
David
on.
is going nuts with it right
He
now.
walks up to the computer in the cockpit and just like
What's
starts
that?
pressing a couple buttons, and you feel the ship gradually starts speeding up. He's like, okay, come on, let's go. I'll show you.
Mashed potatoes and
Oh.
Just walks up.
Oh, I
and
assume it's like weird combination.
he walks up to this machine that's about 3 feet to 4 feet, like surface area inside it.
Okay.
And he just like starts going through a little display menu. He's like, "Oh, you might like that." He clicks on it. He's like, "Okay, watch this," and it just starts like, and slowly over the course of like 5 minutes, just prints a plate of steak and potatoes with corn on the side. He's like, "And when you're done, the plate's edible too." He's like, "It's a
Wow.
little crunchy, but the plate's edible too."
I just like.
Like over at the table, like really?
Well.
Not that one.
Tastes fine to me.
This is Danica. It melted in her mouth.
I like start like.
It's very easy to understand. It's 4 buttons. It's like arrows, and you can go through the menu up and down for like different options. And it'll
I
be
find-
like dinners, breakfast, snack, drinks.
I look for bread.
Underneath snacks, it has slice of bread.
4.
Quantity 4.
Yeah.
Print.
And
If I have to press print 4 times, I'll press.
no, right. As you click on it, it comes up a print quantity amount. And you
That's when I
click it.
try to print off something and I realize that the quantity says 3, so I'm like clicking it to print twice, and it prints off 6.
And you watch as like 4 slices of bread get printed, and they're all stacked up.
Whoa!
So I take 2 of them, put on top of like steak potatoes, and then I take the other 2 and put them under the plate, and I just.
It's crunchy
That is
and
such
tastes so interesting.
Steak plate.
Potato plate
Steak
sandwich.
The steak tastes
Forgot
like
the corn.
the juiciest meat you've ever tasted. It has like almost a garlicky taste to it.
More of a well done kind of
Yeah.
guy. No.
I'm holding it in one hand. Butter.
Doesn't take long for the stick of butter.
And I just kind of like. I'm just gonna like take the melted side and just kind of smother the plate in it and a little bit on the bread. I don't know what to do with this.
There are other plates. There are non-edible plates.
I just stick it on the table straight up, so whatever's melting is just running onto the table, and I just.
Oh, that's very frat house.
Not like
That's.
still learning food and stuff. I just go scoop. Ooh, that is very good. And I take like something that I've concocted and just dig it out.
I'm gonna assume like as I'm working, I hear a. Oh. Hey, that's pretty good. I feel like they're using that too much, and we're gonna.
Yeah, you're right. It is crunchy. It's a little gummy too.
Yeah, that's probably the potatoes.
Yeah.
They're supposed to taste like they were made with chicken broth.
Just switch off my
Little
communicator.
I just kind of like dip my fingers into the potato. Oh, you're
They're
right.
good potatoes. There's like green beans mixed into the bottom
Oh, I
of them
can't
too.
even fucking taste those.
All I taste is plate and steak.
The plate,
And a little bit of butter.
the plate tastes like wood,
Yeah.
and it just
Well, maybe next time you won't eat the plate with it.
I put.
You just take the 2 bread
I
slices.
take the bread out.
what he was gonna do.
That's what I thought he was too. I didn't realize he was gonna eat the whole damn thing.
Come on, it's Clyde. Come
Well,
on.
that's fair. Danica just ate the plate too. And hers wasn't edible.
But like, you're eating plate, and you get to the point where like the bone in the steak
Oh no.
is edible as well. Like,
What?
you can break it down and eat it, and they don't like get jagged in your throat or anything. When they like meet with saliva, they just sort of turn to like a light paste. Yeah. It's entirely edible.
So you gotta chew fast. So you're not chewing like eating it and it just turns into like pudding in your mouth.
So I
That
just like
consistency just does not
I put what's left of the plate down.
Does
and
that
I
mean
just-
if he just lets this in his mouth, he can chuck this sandwich?
Does it
in
print
this?
forks and knives?
Well, no, those are in the drawer.
Oh.
I didn't think I had to make edible forks an option.
Anything's edible. You're fucking brave enough.
Danica's over there eating her porcelain plate. Crunch, crunch.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
I
I'm
bet
gonna
you
have
that
to-
wasn't cheap.
I'm gonna have to go throw a plate out because now we have an odd number.
So after a couple of like chewing, like actually eating, I'll just deal with it, and then I finish.
Xander,
I'm just hearing.
as you wake up in this nice little room, it's not like
Oh, dessert!
being in that room doesn't mean you are now the medical officer on the ship or anything.
Right.
It's just the room you were put in. None of your stuff's there. You were just put in that room because it was.
Do I recognize
Separated.
any of the equipment?
You just
It's
fit
in
the
there.
syringe drawer.
Specifically, I'm looking for something that. Oh, then I just had an idea. How far is Amy away? Can I yell at her, or
You can see her because
I can
like
still see her?
out the door of the medical bay
It's a
is
long
the
hall.
hole.
Okay.
Just
is
like
the-
communicator.
But he just meant if you can see her, he wasn't
Yeah.
gonna use it.
is the loading area and whatnot. It's all right there.
Amy, telepathically, could you come back, please?
He starts to walk over.
Now I heard.
How can I assist?
I heard your conversation about your olfactory capacity.
Yes.
I have this sample of dirt from the hydroponics bay, and I realize that there are some microorganisms involved that cause the organic among us to react, let's say, delusionally towards.
She takes the little vial from you. Well, I cannot process this. There are things.
Is there equipment in here? That's what I thought.
And she begins like going around, pulls out what looks like a small centrifuge and several like other little things, and starts like just taking out samples and laying them out. And over the next like half an hour, she has all this machinery running. And like it may take about an hour, but we will have an answer soon.
Okay. Well, thank you.
She pats you on the head, goes back to what she was doing.
I will head. I'm sure it's been 3 days since. How long do we sleep? We slept a good.
Like 2.5 days.
Yeah,
2
so
days, 2.5 days.
I've got the rumbly tumblers
We were at the
too,
level
so I
of
might as well.
dying.
I might as well go in there, and I see this schmozzle, and these two eating plates and stuff, and
Tanner, it prints
Okay.
everything
the
edible.
plates are edible, but is Desmond still in here?
He's close enough. Like
He's trying to
the mess
leave.
hall.
Desmond?
The mess hall has a door that leads to the copter.
Do we have to eat the plates, or can we run them through something that will sterilize them, grind them up, and put them back in the bay to be reused as
He leans
food?
out and goes, "Well, I should have said it to the big guy first. But if you put a plate in it, it prints it onto the plate."
Oh, okay.
You know, that would have been helpful.
I
I got like a piece of plate stuck in my teeth.
With my half-eaten plate, are we not supposed to eat them?
no,
Not those ones.
no.
Try this.
Did you just eat a ceramic plate?
Please.
How did that
Desmond
taste?
said they were edible.
Mine was edible.
She
not
got
yours.
confused. I said those plates were edible. She ate a
Thought
plate.
hers was yes. That's what I see.
I mean,
It did not have as much flavor as the food I usually enjoy, but he said it was edible.
we'll see
I
how
mean-
she feels tomorrow when that comes
What, what is that
For the
that he was eating?
molten
What,
ceramic.
in. It
under the
was.
bread. What is that?
It was steak and potatoes.
Steak, like beef, like I heard from cow. Could I have some of that?
Of course,
Okay,
it's an option on
let
there.
me try that.
It's under dinners.
Dinners.
Print a second one out.
I will look a small. You want one? You want another one? Okay, so I throw in a. I
Something
can't throw in 2 plates, can I? How about I can throw in 1 plate and I
You
can give
could-
him one of
you
them?
could put in 2 if you want. It is big enough.
Okay, we'll do that. I'll
Just do
print
one
a
of
small
each.
steak for myself and 1 for him. Can we differentiate? I like mine to be kind of, not raw, but I think they call it roar.
Roar.
They call it roar.
Rare. Yes, it's an
Rare,
option.
yes,
and he walks
rare.
up and he's like, you just start printing the one, and you go through and you start printing the other one, and it'll just print them at the same time. One will finish a little later than the other one, so wait for that
Okay.
one to be done too. And
Not
then-
okay. So I'll do that. Did you want anything besides the meat?
That comes with potatoes and corn. So I'm good.
Yeah, I think you must have programmed them because mine was the meat.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
happens.
I mean, the meat works too.
I think when you get the smaller
steak was
portions, some
delicious.
things get dropped off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
so-
All right.
There,
already
if
eaten, like,
something a
5
little
different
more
plates at this
local
point,
to
so I'm
your
full.
And
planet,
it's like ice cream on pizza.
Oh
There
yeah,
is
it's just a disaster.
Peruvian shanks in there. You know that little blue creature that runs
Yeah.
around. Yeah, you can get them.
But I
They're a
keep
little
it here. I
gamey
smelled
for my
something.
taste, but-
Something smelled good. I looked over there, and that's what it seemed to be smelling.
Hmm.
So I want some of that.
Because
But
you
then
could smell it.
I will have the shank later
Can you smell
when I
the
feel like I'm
processor is
missing home.
cooking?
The answer is yes.
Where's Shane? Shane, where you at?
I just see a notification. Yeah. Just an arc filling that.
What are you doing? You working on the engine?
Yeah.
I made my way back to my
You
hand.
didn't try to align it yet, did you?
All right then.
You've already aligned it?
Yeah.
Well,
How did you do that?
You couldn't fully
I
align
never
it
felt
in
the
one
gravity
go.
go off in here.
It would take several days to get
Yeah.
this full thing set up.
That's what I was gonna say. You didn't try to align it without turning the gravity off inside the ship and turning off the inertial dampeners, did you?
No, I just did as much as I could outside until I was distracted.
Okay. You're not. So it's not finished.
Oh
Alright.
no, not by a long shot.
Okay.
I take my steak and I fall down.
Okay.
I just
not on
wanted
a
to
plate,
make
just
sure
like
you
I
knew.
take the meat,
You
as
know,
juicy and sloppy as
Cut
it
the
is.
gravity off
Little
inside
chunk
the
of
ship,
the
or it'd be
bone.
like trying to push a cork into a full bottle. Ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. I'm gonna assume I got most of what I need to, so now I'm gonna.
You got it set up to a point without disrupting everyone on the ship, and you will have to shut off a lot of the systems on the ship,
Gravity, artificial
and
dampeners,
you'll have to shut off one of the engines
inertial dampeners.
in order to hook it up. Because if you just plug it in while it's running, you're gonna get hurt.
And you're not. It's
So
I'm just gonna have breakfast.
even though it's weightless outside, it's not weightless inside.
Yeah.
So
As I approach, I just see them just printing.
well, as you approach, Danica's returning to the
your steak, man.
Community
Yeah, I figured
the cots where her hammock is and everything, and Clyde like picks up his meat and starts following her.
Yeah, I pick up my meat.
Does Xander know where the forks and knives are?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I go
We've
get
been
some.
eating raw for a while. This is just a new.
Oh,
This is just new to us. This is a very new concept to
that's
me.
right.
All of a sudden, Xander goes, "Holy cow!" I don't even know why I said that, but this tastes really good.
I see it's a rare steak.
Yeah.
And
Which is kind of odd for you, as cows went extinct something like 75 years ago. So
Try this, man.
Some
Me like it.
recreated. Ow!
everyone
Kind of thing.
says something tastes like
Ow.
cow at this point, but nobody actually knows what it tastes like anymore.
I'm just gonna have my usual breakfast, and I just
Kind of like the Matrix.
and I just punch in.
Maybe what I
I
think
just
chicken tastes like actually tastes like.
I just punch in like candied lamb with yogurt.
They prints off a nice little plate of it, yogurt on the side in like a little bowl.
Then take in and join the gossip circle.
Which is just Xanar right now.
Yeah.
Or unless he followed us.
The gossip circle.
Okay, he followed us.
Oh, pretty. We're the
So
gossip
this-
circle now.
By this time, as you are entering the room with your food, the like washroom area door just flies open and out steps Veery, towel on, clothes under her arms, just like,
Who is now Caucasian.
oh, I feel better. And she just
And
starts
Clyde's
walking
just
away.
standing there like half meat, half in his mouth.
She still covered the spiders.
No, they are not on her.
Oh.
She is clear of everything right now.
I haven't seen the picture, but they're basically dark
Melt
elves,
stopped
right?
working?
She's fairly. I'm assuming she's fairly attractive.
Somewhat attractive. She's a
She
little
also,
scarred up.
She also had.
I've never seen her without her armor either.
No.
Battle
Looking,
torn.
looking at her
Who's the hottie?
with just a towel, she's got like burnt flesh marks
Oh.
on her arms.
Oh, battle
And,
torn. Yes.
Perhaps not that hot.
Massive chunks of her legs have been like scarred up. and
Okay, never
whatnot.
mind.
Maybe not your
Yeah.
interest, but Clyde seems interested.
You can also see like a lot of you can see as she's like holding the towel, she's missing one of her fingers.
Oh, I didn't see that.
She's just shower's free.
I do not like the shower.
I expected as much. I'm gonna go use the laundry
Barry
facilities.
is also pumped out 3 kids.
One of these guys must have told me that that's Fury. Right? Or did I surmise it because of my
No,
intellect?
because I'm busy having candied lamb with yogurt.
You could
I think
surmise
after
as
she
much.
spoke, you probably
Yeah.
could recognize her.
Yeah, I'd hear her voice. But did she speak?
Yeah, she just
After-
said that she was gonna head to the...
Oh,
After she like walks off, do any of you stop her or say anything?
No, I was gonna continue on my way.
Hey,
He's
where's-
standing dumbfounded.
I'm just like,
where's the little shiitake?
I open up the vent.
I don't know if you find him, then grab him.
I'm
'cause
done
he's
with my
just been-
food. I make a
he's been running
beeline to her room and look at Bon Bon.
Okay. As you look around, he's not there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I didn't know he was missing, but I was
I
heading to all my
open
stuff.
up the nearest vent and go, Junior!
And I walk over to Slappy and go, Slappy.
As you
Feel
look
like
in
it's
Slappy's little box, he's just asleep in the corner.
Okay. You didn't eat the little shroom dude, did you?
He's passed the fuck out. He's not responding.
He couldn't, right? I mean, yeah.
Start taking
You wouldn't
Bonbon
understand
down
me.
and my hammock down, and I start heading to the greenhouse.
I'm still standing. Has she walked away yet?
She's starting to walk away, yeah.
I'm just like.
So you're getting the backside view. Yep. Just climb like some thick.
And how far are we all away from the door that opens under the hydroponic?
Yeah, rubs off the drool.
So it's on like a different floor.
Yeah, we say
So it's actually not hydroponic. I don't know why you said it's
Yeah,
internal.
drool and meat sauce.
To the
At this point, I'm going past back you now.
So the upstairs of the ship is the cockpit, the mess hall, the barracks, bathroom, man door to the outside, like onto the top of the ship.
Okay.
The bottom of the ship is the cargo hold, now the med bay, and the greenhouse.
Okay. So
And there's also a room down there, but that's
I will go to the greenhouse
easier.
and see if he's interested in what we have done. I just hold my breath. Shiitake! You here, buddy? Telepathically, I can't see him, so I can't do that.
Should I?
So as you show Shiitake, you can just see like this thing lean around the corner, and he just waves. Leans
Hey, buddy,
back.
what are you doing?
Watching him from where you are, he's just like pushing dirt into piles in the bigger dirt plot. He's just like pushing it up into a pile.
I'm not sure we can come in here. It affects us, I think, negatively. It probably is very helpful for you, but for us, I think there may be mushroom spores that are dangerous to us.
He like looks at you and then looks at the little hill. To him, it'd be big, and starts like waddles up it. Yeah. Gets to the top and just turns and gives you like a shrug as best as he can,
Okay.
and then just slides down it. All the nice like loose soil he just turned up.
When you let Vera or one of us know when you're going to do this, come in here and play.
He looks towards you and waves.
I'm doing this telepathic. He can speak to me, can he? Or he just doesn't want to.
Okay, if you're doing it telepathic,
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. Everyone was asleep, and Viri was spinning around in a chair.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm gonna go play in the dirt.
Oh.
So,
Okay. All
But
right.
yeah.
Well, I will tell everybody where you are,
all right.
and then you come back and find Vera, or go play with Bon Bon, or
Okay.
do whatever you want to do. Find one of us, and we'll entertain you.
Okay.
Okay. Take care, little buddy.
You see him waddling his little pudgy mushroom butt back up the hill.
Are you okay with me calling you little Shiitake?
Don't know what it means.
I don't know what it means either.
All right.
How about just Puffy? Can we call you Puffy?
The guy in the green suit calls me Junior.
Do you like that?
It works.
Okay, I'll call you Junior.
Yeah, it works.
All right.
Okay, Junior.
Mm.
Have fun.
Starts climbing up the hill, slides down, climbs up
Okay.
the hill.
I'm probably at the limit of my breath, so I shut the door. Hopefully I didn't get any.
At this point, you start hearing like a little beeping sound coming from the med bay.
Oh, okay. I will go back there. Everybody, on my way. Everybody, Junior's fine. He's playing in in where we dug up the graves. He's the greenhouse. He's playing in the greenhouse. I advise you stay out. He'll come find one of you when he's had enough fun.
At this point, you start to hear like a clang noise. And you look over, and right next to the med bay is where like the little washer dryer set up. And Barry's just like throwing this heavy suit into the washer, adding a bunch of detergent, and is looking. She flips a little lever.
I
Flood
can
the hallway.
prestidigitate that for you if you'd like.
I want it to smell good.
Okay.
Hit start.
I want it to smell.
And she's just like standing there with her towel, just looking around the ship. So Bonbon's in there?
Yep.
Or,
She's got the wrist thing too. Right?
mushrooms in there. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, he's in there. I told him to come find you, or Bon Bon, or one of us. When
I'll wait until I've got that.
and he
back.
says he'll inform you next time. I know you can't speak, or can she? Can she? He must have puffed her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Next time he's gonna let you know.
Alright.
I told him that we were scared that he was missing, and he understands.
I told Desmond to make one of the, like a guest little communicator thing. And then we could
Can
give
we
it to
make one
other
small
people.
enough?
Like a
for him,
little
though?
belt
That's-
for him.
And he was like, no, that's not good for safety reasons and communication channels. And I was like, all right, fine. But
I just turned sassy.
He can speak to most of you as
Speaking
telepathically.
Clyde's language.
What?
He can speak to him at any time, right? Because
And me.
the green mist lasts,
Yeah.
and I don't need it. And have you
I
been
haven't
listening?
been buffed yet.
Okay, but I imagine Beery
But he
has,
also
because-
doesn't want to associate.
Yeah, I threw him out the ship.
Yeah, he didn't like you.
Yeah, you
I thought it was just
Wonder
a
why.
mushroom.
He's scared of you. It's
All
not that
right,
he doesn't
so-
like you. He's scared.
Poor
So I've
little
made it, I
mushroom, he
imagine,
just
to
gave him
the-
a big old toss.
you essentially,
Just fucking
Amy's in there.
Amy is in there, and she's sort of like looking over the page that she has printed
toss
off.
him off the edge of the
Or,
block.
Results.
the
Oops.
results, and she just hands it to you, and it's not like a piece of paper. It's like a small computer screen.
Okay.
She hands it to you and goes, "There's nothing wrong. It's just composite soil.
Have you seen my son?
So there's nothing in there that would indicate.
No toxins, no hallucinogenics, nothing of any variety that would affect your
There must be something
mind."
in there that's not in the dirt then, because 3 of us reacted negatively towards it being in that room.
Question:
What do you think?
which one?
I was fine.
The human? No, you
No,
got-
I saved. Didn't I?
no.
I did save.
Well, you did say, but
Only you two.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
only
I
you
guess
two.
it was only 2 of us.
I didn't have to roll.
Yeah,
Because you was a
yeah. Well, 2 of us. I mean,
More than likely.
I don't
that's
know
more
what.
than a coincidence. It's happening at the same time when we were both in there. There has to be.
Well, let's find out. She sort of walks out the room.
You can go in
for you
yeah.
to like, and gestures for you to follow her.
Okay.
And she walks out and looks towards Viri and is like, "Viri, inside the greenhouse, have you experienced any sort of hallucinogenics?" And Viri goes, "It'd be a lot cooler if it had some in there, but no, I've been fine. I spend a lot of days in there. I spend a lot of days in there. I've spent probably the better part of the last week in there with Junior playing."
Okay.
Sluts and stuff.
Well, you're organic.
And she goes, "Well, okay, well let's go ask Desmond." And she leads you and
And I am
walks
making
into
my way there. I should be getting there
Yeah.
pretty
you
quick.
cross paths with them. Do you stop to converse with
No,
them?
I'm just walking by with my hammock and bonbon.
With when
As
that
you get to Desmond, she knocks on like the frame of the door and he turns and, "Desmond, inside the greenhouse, have you ever experienced any hallucinogenic issues?" And he just, "No, why would I?"
Well, we must have reported it, right? We saw things. He's reported directly and caught him pulling his pants up, saying, "A second ago you were a little girl in a swing. I was never a little girl in a swing." So he
No,
must have.
I've been in there plenty the last little
Yeah.
bit, and
And
nothing.
I was forced into a memory from, my early years.
Can't say I've had anything out of the ordinary. I mean, I did have a sneezing fit last time I was in there, but that's more so
Yeah.
pollen from that tree
Yeah.
in there. But
That's a physical response, not
yeah,
psychological.
that's about it.
The tree. Is there something about the tree? Something about maybe one of your relatives? Did they have any devices or any? Because if you've gone in there when they were buried, but when they were dug up, could they maybe have been carrying something?
Well, those bags they were in were quite sealed. Everything stayed inside.
good thing.
Like there was no smell or anything coming from the bags. Everything was in there.
Do we have recordings of telemetry recordings of people in and around the outside of the ship at the time? Is there any? Do we have recording devices that keep 24-hour surveillance? And
We have 8 primary cameras. You're welcome to surveil the footage of them, but they only record up to the last 16 days. And then
well,
they slowly-
I just want to see if it wasn't something in that room, then it was something external acting upon us.
Well, it's over here, and he leads you over like this. It's a very small little security area, and it's got a monitor for each camera set up in like a nice circle. And just on the bottom of each monitor You can like slide to
To cue it
rewind,
up to a
fast forward,
particular
and all
time.
that.
Yeah.
And
I
like
will
you
cue
can press a button, and it will cue that time on all the monitors.
Yeah, I'll do that. I will cue it to about 2 minutes, 5 minutes before the event happened, and watch it until.
I'm gonna get 2 checks from you. I want a
Okay.
history check to see if you can nail the exact time of when it happened.
Okay, history check.
Yeah.
I think that's only one roll.
Yes.
Only the saves are with advantage. So that's 19.
19.
11 plus 8 is 19. Right?
So-
History's 8. And what else?
As you cue it up to the proper time, you're almost dead on. There is an internal camera that points, like, it's up in the back corner of the loading dock, so you're able to queue up to the moment when you walk out, and when Clyde walks out, and you get that moment, you queue it up the rest of them. And can I get a perception check?
But now that I have this figured out, others can look at it.
Perception is
Still only
yeah.
1. And it's like -1. Yeah.
But you do have your
Eagle Eye engineer friend.
they are
Ooh, is that like a? That's not a 7. That's a 1, right? That is a nat 1.
That is
Thank
0 from him.
So as you watch it for a bit, you start having that like bad feeling, and you go to cue the time up again. And since this is the first nat 1 of this session, you've erased like the 5 minutes before the event. You were going the wrong way and erased it all.
Okay,
So
but not the event itself.
not the moment you and Clyde walk into that area.
Oh no.
So
Well, that's
Can-
accurate for a nat 1, though.
That is
But
pretty accurate.
it just you stop it and you oh shit.
Not just a
yeah,
nat
I'm,
one, a
for
0.
some reason, I'm not in the right frame of mind. Somebody mind coming up here and taking a gander at the security footage around the time the two of us went crazy?
What do you mean the 2 of us?
You and me.
Sure. Don't touch the engine if you're on a bad
I
street.
won't. I won't. I
You're
got
having
to
a bad
bed right
day.
after
Don't
this.
touch my engine.
So as you make your way there, you two doing it? Well, you're setting up in the greenhouse.
Yeah.
When that happened, she walked by me,
Mhm.
and I just kind of. Where are you going?
Yeah, I was gonna say as I was walking by, I was gonna be like, "Are you sick? You seem to be leaking a lot of fluid from your mouth."
Where am I?
On the shirt sleeve, Clyde.
Let's hit the roll out.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're right in front of the washrooms, right before the community room.
Okay, what just happened?
Fury walked out of the washrooms.
Ah,
That was it.
that's when everything went dark.
Went dark. The lights didn't go off.
In my hand, I phased out.
Okay. Are you sick?
I don't know. Maybe.
I believe we
Yeah.
have a med bay. I don't know. I could cast a healing spell.
I don't want to see you.
I don't
The
feel
goddamn
wounded
med bay.
though.
I don't want to see
Well,
it.
maybe
don't
just
feel-
in case. And I tap him on the head and cast healing hands.
Great. I got nothing.
It just feels a little more up there for a moment, and then it just fades off.
Yeah, that little, upset tummy.
Just nope, still feel the same. Maybe I'm not sick.
Definitely
Okay.
won't have, the shits tomorrow from eating that plate.
That's good. So what are you doing again?
My arm's full. Oh, I am moving my hammock to the greenhouse.
You're leaving me?
Yes.
More like you have your own room.
You could also move to the greenhouse.
You need a hand?
Sure.
You need a hand carrying anything? Did you forget anything?
I don't have a lot of items, but I got like my blanket and my pillow all messed in there. If you would like to carry Bonbon so I don't drop him. Just you have to grab him, he's on top of the pile.
Yeah, just kind of
Thank you. And then we'll head towards the
kind of like kick it into like the football position. Like I'm not dropping this fucking tree.
He's a bonsai tree.
Yes, bonsai.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
I wonder if his leaves are spicy.
Oh, probably now. Because it was like one of those regular bonsais, and then as I started crafting it, it started like lighting up like red and orange kind of colors.
Clyde, what's your passive nature?
Passive nature?
Yeah.
So just what my nature is?
10 plus your nature.
10, 10, 10, I got to find my nature. So 10 plus my nature is 10.
Okay. As you're holding it, it feels mostly like a tree. It's a little warm in spots, but it feels like a tree.
Okay. You know why it's warm?
I believe my magic influences it like my plant.
Okay. Cool. Cool. As long as it's not gonna burn me.
It should not. It's not as hot as I am.
Huh, well, I'll just keep my comments to myself.
You have to get Jason.
Jason.
Human resources.
And that kind of like, I wonder where Very went.
So as you two go and you pass by, Amy and Xander walking up the stairs that you're going down, and you get to the greenhouse, and
Which you would probably see Veery now because she's standing
by the
towel
washer
by the
dryer,
washer
just
dryer.
looking around the ship. Just starts like poking at the wall and realizes how gross the one wall.
I kind of like hear it, and just as the doors open to the greenhouse, I kind of like.
But yeah, you definitely hear it. It's a loud thumping sound inside the washing machine.
Oh.
Just a buff, 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 buff.
Oh. And I just kind of like. Where do we?
Don't turn it into one of those washing machine self-destruction videos.
Wait, where do you want him?
Oh, if you just want to set him by the tree for now. And is this when I discover that Junior's in here?
Oh yeah, you see him just sliding down a pile of dirt, and he stops and looks at you, Danica.
Hi.
Hi.
That fucking thing. Where do you see you now?
Well, yes. He was saying hello.
Sure.
Oh, Junior, can you do the thing?
He ain't fucking doing nothing to me.
Actually, I don't pick him up yet because I remember he didn't like my hot hands. Okay.
Mushroom's not doing shit.
Oh. Well, thank you for your help, Clyde. If you don't wish to stay, you don't have to.
The ancient Goliaths, get that thing away from me.
Not touchy.
So help me. Bom, 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 bom.
Uh-oh.
I just kind of like step back out and I like walk up to Very.
So that must be nice, and you don't have to be in your suit anymore.
Yes, but I quickly realized I have.
You're talking like Amy.
It is, but I quickly realized I only have one set of clothes, and
Ooh, that's bad.
You hear from inside the greenhouse. Yeah, me too.
That's bad. Stay put.
And I run back to my room. I grab my coat.
And I just here, put this on for now, so you don't have to walk around.
Does it look like when Jimmy Fallon wore the Shaq's suit
similar,
or worse?
but like Veery's not short. Veery's in the high 5-foot range, and she just puts it on. Is like, well, okay, well, thank you. And she still has the towel on, but has like the coat on over top. And she
And like I button it up for her, and it's like, here, it looks good.
She like turns around and looks in the like reflective surface of the washing machine, and is just like looking at her head. Are you good with a knife?
I can try to be.
Okay. And she just reaches down to her boots sitting on the side and pulls a knife out and spins it and hands it to you.
Whoa! You can have the horn. You can have the horn in both meanings of the word.
Hey,
Okay.
I kind of fidget with it.
can you deal with my hand? I don't like it. Just take it all off.
Okay.
Alright.
Can we sit you down?
She goes over and there's like little chairs in some places that just like pop out. She sits down in one.
We have cream.
Don't worry about it.
It's a very audible, like, gulp.
Okay, I'm going to warn you. I've never shaved somebody's head before. I've scalped them, never shaved them.
Same premise, just don't push as hard.
Gently sculpting.
It's gently scalping them. Just don't take the skin.
You're scraping, not cutting.
Okay, so I'm being very, very, like, almost not getting all of it careful.
Give me a dexterity roll.
So we find out our pilot's dead. He's gotta take over.
Uh-oh.
And now backup pilot has to start working.
Oh!
19!
You're shaving it off. You're doing really well. Like there's one point where like you thought you nicked her ear, but you pricked your own finger. With like the blade has like a down point on the bottom. You like prick your finger.
Oh, fuck.
Hold it different. Start cutting.
Leave streaks of blood in the top of my
Start shaving. You get it all shaved down. You miss like a little patch right at like the crown of the head, but it's like tiny little spot.
I'm looking, like, behind her. How's that?
Starts feeling it. It's good enough. Thank you. She
Why?
stands up. Gives it a little spin. Puts it back in her shoe.
You ever afraid you're gonna cut yourself?
Well, no, it's a separate little pocket on the sides. You know, it's useful, especially when you're crawling around in vents and have to stab something. You can just reach down, grab it, and poke.
How does that
I don't want to
happen?
know.
Well, I am too big to fit in.
Yeah,
so
that's
I'll never
when I
have to
sleep at
stab
night.
you.
Yeah, seriously.
That's good, because that thing, if I'm stabbing you, will also knock you out.
Oh, wow. That's nifty. I would love to sit down, since apparently we have this printer thing. You like hot water?
Well, it cleans the
Brings
body
you a
well.
meal?
Are we all standing around watching this?
Well,
No.
you are currently up with Desmond. He's on the way up there, and she's in a different room.
She's different.
So no.
So I'm just like aimlessly flirting with no witnesses. Great, I love it.
Just like, well, hot water cleans the body well.
I like to drink.
Oh, no, I personally could prefer like almost frozen beverages. You know,
So ice water?
like, do you know what a smoothie is?
No.
Okay,
I'm
like
guessing
that.
it's smooth.
Sort of, yes, and cold, and it has fruit in it,
Ooh.
milk, and ice.
I like this
They're
idea.
very nice.
Could we? I would love to sit down and have a couple smoothies with you and talk more about like your past. It's very interesting.
All right.
Let's head on down to the soda jerk, sweetheart.
I didn't say we're sharing one, and sit down and have a nice.
All right.
Apparently,
Can it wait until my clothes are done?
you need a hand.
Well, no, I just need to switch loads in about 20 minutes. So.
Okay. So just
Oh, Shane.
And now I'm getting a little like the hot under the collar, like I'm running out of things to talk about.
Pats you on the shoulder and just goes, the rest of the crew might need your help. You know, Amy was looking for you earlier.
Oh,
we're
was
still
she?
past it. Yes.
With the suit jacket, please just be really careful. I feel like the woman who made it, if I have to get her to repair it again, she might not like me.
It's okay.
Just leave it on my cot when you have your clothes back.
All right.
Bye. I go off to find Amy, I guess.
Okay, you find her. She's in the.
Could I read her expression at all? Like if it changed with the
Give me
the
an
notion?
insight roll.
An insight?
Yeah.
Let me find insight. Seriously, what
By intimidation.
Oh, there it is. Found it. Also a 0.
That's not correct.
Oh,
That's
fuck,
animal
4.
handling and medicine.
Man, I'm using my D10. I want to know.
All right.
Oh no, I rolled a 2. So that's a 6.
Her face changes a couple times throughout the conversation, but near the end, you get like that gut feeling that the smile she's giving you is that she's laughing at you, internally laughing at you. And it's like, don't worry.
This is like not even around the corner. It's kind of
As you get further down, there's where Amy usually tinkers and whatnot.
I'm giving myself like a pep talk on the way. Like, freaking stupid, Clyde. Come on, get your head in the game.
She's just like
Oh, shit, walking by.
mid wording,
Nah,
just
he
like
gets it.
looks at you and is like, "Can I assist you?"
I thought I was assisting you. Fury said you were looking for me?
Yesterday. But I've done the thing I needed help with.
So she lied to me.
If you're available to do a task, though, how are you at climbing?
Apparently everybody just uses me for tasks. What do you need?
Well,
Phosphate.
she looks up at the ceiling and she holds up like I can't remember the name of it now. It's a wheel on a hook, a pulley.
There we
She
go.
holds up like a large pulley and looks at the ceiling and is like, "This was supposed to go up there,
Needs to be attached.
but we keep not having an opportunity to turn the gravity on." So how are you at climbing?
And just start pulling crates over and kind of arranging them, kind of like, not like obviously tipping this way, but like enough that I'm like able to just climb each one with a little bit of footing.
So like you get the first one on and then put the second one slightly skewed.
Yeah,
And then the third one slightly
Kind of
skewed
like
at
a-
that.
twisted, turny kind of.
Just climb right out.
Yeah.
Give me,
Staircase of boxes.
Acrobatics or athletics to climb. Your choice.
That's nice. Athletics. That's a. That's a 24.
24. You get all the way up to the top.
Give me acrobatics without choice.
You get up there and the old one you can see is like seized. The wheel is seized inside it. And you take it off, put the new one on. The whole stack has like a little sway to it. As you're
Whoa.
standing there. Start climbing back down.
Take like kind of like lifting boxes down as I go.
Okay.
Because you know I don't want to have it
As
stacked like that.
Get them all down. Amy restraps them all to the floor.
Just fucking pull some out of the strapping. I didn't even think of that.
And she looks at you and goes, "I could hear what was going on in the other room. She is a peculiar individual, isn't she?
Yeah, a little bit.
Went better than the last person who talked to her like that." And she just pats you on the shoulder. "At least she didn't kill me."
Oh. I mean, she let me shave her head.
She was dead at
Well,
She
that's-
was dead at
That's better than any of us have gotten. I've never even seen her without the heavy covering on.
I feel like that was just because of the safety thing.
Yes, but
Yes.
I've never seen her without her helmet on. Apparently, everyone.
Oh.
I can't believe that. What happened?
Huh. Well,
Desmond says that she was a violent person in her past.
everybody can change.
A assassin, I think he said.
Ooh.
Or something along those lines. Sometimes he talks and I just tune him out.
It must be easier for you.
But
I don't know. I just feel like it's easier for you to do. You've been here longer than us.
oh, yes. Yes.
you were making it.
Shoop! Woo! The back of Clyde's hair, like the neck hair, kind of. Oh shit! Sensitivity, Clyde. Work on it.
You're gonna get
We need
chased.
Jason.
Fucking strikes out on Veery, strikes out with a conversation on somebody I'm not even flirting with. It's like, what fucking. Huh. Well, we'll see how that turns out.
Okay.
I had a feeling she was laughing at me though.
I have that about almost everyone on this ship.
Laughing at you?
Yes.
Why though?
Because I am not just like gestures to your entirety.
I'm not. You're not great, well dressed,
Organic.
or living.
Yes.
I mean, you're talking right now.
It's debatable on whether my construction and ability to feel are real or programmed.
Well, what does it matter if it's programmed or not? If you feel, you feel. A heart beats
It's-
whether a heart beats or not.
It's debated amongst a lot of people whether I am actually alive or displaying an illusion of alive to make other people comfortable.
I mean,
I feel. I have been sad. I've felt the pain of loss of friendship. But apparently that is not good enough.
I think that's good enough. That shows that you're
And then
organic enough. If you can feel the sorrow of losing someone, that is more than enough to prove that you are enough to stand among the ranks of organic people. Plus, organic people kind of suck sometimes.
That is, and she just like turns around to her bench, grabs her big ass gun, and like turns back to you and hands it to you. Can you hold this, please?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. We're roughly the same size. And she just like starts like wrapping a strap around you, and like hooks it up, and then like puts one around your waist. That seems about right. Thank you. Takes everything back. It's heavy, and I don't want to drop it.
It is heavy. I feel a little powerful holding it though.
It wasn't even on.
You switch it on.
Hands it back to you and stands to the side, clear the barrel, and is like, if we blow anything up, it's your fault. And just
Okay.
clicks the button and you hear it like turn on, and it has like a hum to it and it feels warm. The entire barrel gets red.
Whoa! Switch it off, switch it off, switch it off!
When I'm done, it should be able to punch a hole in the hull.
Whoa!
And turns it back off.
Oh! Where's the trigger?
Oh, and she like, it's a 3-trigger system. You have to pull there,
Okay.
push there, press there. Yeah, but it's off now.
What would it have done if we had it on right now?
Shot a hole through the door.
Oh, it's just a door.
We would have been sucked into that human's face.
Ooh, that's the wrong door to be blowing up.
And we would have lost everything. That's not.
Well, we
Bolted
would.
down.
I mean, we would have been dead, so it wouldn't really matter to us.
You would have been dead.
True.
I would have hit the door.
Ding!
You probably would have been sucked out the hole. If that didn't kill you, everything that isn't strapped down flying towards the door would have.
See? I seen a chuckle there. That is feeling.
She takes it, puts it down.
You're person enough for me, Amy. And I start walking away.
Any persuasion.
Oh,
With
yes!
the rolls.
Welcome back
Persuasion?
to Slides.
21.
She just gives you a hug for a couple seconds and lets you go. It's like, thank you. And it turns
Welcome.
back to what she was doing.
I just,
like
before she like completely
using things back on.
unembraces, I give like the unsure pat because that's an emotion that she's never really displayed. So I just, of course. I mean, people look at me strange because I'm tall and gray.
But you're not the first tall gray person I've met.
Really?
There is a planet full of your kind.
People keep telling me that.
I don't think you would like them.
Oh?
You look the role now, but your attitude and appearance before don't match to them.
So they're more prim and proper.
Very much so.
I like the suit, but once we get on a planet where I can kill and skin an animal, I think I might be going back to that for most of the time.
Okay.
Well, have a nice. I kind of like look around for like a clock or something. I don't know what time of day it is.
I don't worry about it.
Have
It's on your planet.
have a good time. Whatever time it is, have a good one. And I walk away.
As you begin to walk away, she's just fusing things onto it. You don't know what she's doing.
And if I'm walking towards the bridge to try and find everybody, I'm thinking everybody's gone that way. If Viri's still at the washing machine, I just kind of give her like that quick. I don't know, maybe and keep going.
She is.
It's
but
not
you,
murmured or anything.
I don't want to ask for another roll, but I do.
Everyone
Give me a
reads.
perception roll.
Everyone,
Yeah.
Oh, that's cocked. That's super cocked.
Oh.
It's on top of my dice.
Reroll it.
That was a good roll. I didn't want to re-roll it. Oh, what's it better? Perception?
Yeah.
25.
25.
This
So
bitch is cheating.
as you look at Viri, she's not looking outwards
Nice.
towards like where you were, or medical, or the
Mm-hmm.
greenhouse. She's like looking into the washing machine, and you see her like playing with that little top that you missed, and she like pushes it to the side, and pushes it to the other side, and, like pushes it forward, slicks it back. And she just eventually just like floofs it, and it's like poking up on the side. I like it, and she just looks.
That confidence comes back and maybe I did do a good job.
You also notice now that she's like, as she's doing that, her other hands are rummaging around in the pockets of your coat.
Oh, I didn't believe the pocket square would be in like the breast pocket, but that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, I continue on. I just
Alright. When you get up to the cockpit, everyone else is there except for Danica. As you arrive, Xander's looking at these screens and sort of having like that panic moment where he's trying to like unerase
I'm
footage.
gonna like I quickly check if what was deleted was recoverable.
Desmond's just, he's not sitting in the pilot chair, he's
part
like
is
leaning
turning
on
into a
it.
ladies' man.
Just like accelerating and checking the readings and just standard diagnostics that on a spaceship you'd have to run very periodically.
Yeah.
As you look, give me an investigation roll.
New dice. Can't believe that.
14.
14. It's erased. Like, it's gone, but it's not completely gone. It's no longer on this storage device. It's somewhere else. You just don't know how to recover it. But looking at the footage, it didn't erase what he is after. So, with his instruction of the time frame, I will give you advantage on a perception roll to see anything finicky on any of the cameras.
My perception's plus 6. So that's either 21 or 21.
Or 21.
So, out of the cargo bay camera, you can see Clyde as he stands there and he's like looking around, and then he like his head seems to focus on a point, and you can see that you and Xander are having your like you trigger and start to have your little episodes at the same time on the footage. And where on the cargo camera, where Clyde is looking, you can see something in the alleyway. And as you look on the other two cameras, there is a person in that alleyway.
So I did see somebody.
I started trying to take damage.
Okay. As you begin to kind of clear it up and zoom in a little bit to get it a little better.
Computer! Oh, sorry, wait. Computer! Enhance! No.
Desmond comes over and goes, "We do have that function. I just turned it off because it's trash.
Oh.
What?
It only works for people who speak a certain language." So I said no and shut it off.
What language?
On Earth, they called it Dutch,
Oh.
and my family never learned Dutch, but it was just the preset computer settings.
Oh dear.
So I just turned it off.
No wonder there's so
because
much cheap shit on this ship.
I took
Hey, I'm Dutch. It's okay.
I took three languages in university: French, Dutch, and German.
That's
Okay,
German,
well,
basically
you
the
can
same thing.
you can have that, but I just turned it off. You turn it on, and it takes a moment. Like this little speakers everywhere start to like crackle as it turns on.
Deutsch muffin.
And it crackles on, and then you hear assign language properties.
Oh.
Assign language properties. And
I am
Desmond's just
so
standing there
sorry.
looking around like, what?
Hold on.
English.
Language properties assigned. How may I help you?
Can you enhance the says image currently on my screen.
Processing. And then you see like a little loading bar come on, and it starts like slowly loading.
At one point, like, if it takes a while, Ocean like puts his finger up against it to see if the green bar goes past his finger.
Oh, it is. It takes
Still
about
going.
2 minutes,
I've done that with things before.
and it zooms in to like the center of the image, and it's clear, it's crisp, but it's like just above this person's head.
Ah. Yeah.
A little lower if I want to see that person's face.
Processing. It lowers down a bit, and like the top of the image is now crystal clear, but the bottom is still rough, and it's starting to like process line by line that section of the image. And as it does, you can see the little pointy ears, the shaved head, glowing red eyes, which on this monitor just come up as like glowing white, and the angular face, and it looks very close to how Xander looks, but
I knew it.
you can see looking at it, it's more a feminine build, and then it finishes loading. At which point you would recognize as this is one of the members of the crew. You might not exactly remember who it is. I mean, big ship, thousands of people.
Computer, do you have facial recognition capabilities? If I were to give you a comparison of my vessel, and I'm assuming I carry information like that, and a data stick.
Function currently not active.
Okay.
How do we activate this function?
Please assign cameras to function. You see
is there a camera in this area?
You see on all the monitors, there's like a little, what looks like an old camera, a line through it.
I am so sorry.
Activate that one, and either you tinker or I will prestidigitate an image that camera can see, unless we can transfer the image of the screen to another screen in front of the camera. Do we have a portable screen anywhere that we can transfer the image onto?
I can also just go zip.
In several places throughout the ship, there are these little like screens you can pull out of the wall and that affect stuff throughout the ship.
Okay.
They're not the greatest and they're kind of bulky. It's not new technology,
But it's at least something we could use
Yeah.
to give the camera a more exact representation
and
than your tinkering and
Okay.
my prestidigitation.
are you hooking up to it?
Yeah. Can I carry one of the screens? One of the smaller ones?
They're like you can take them out of the wall, but they are directly connected in. Like you probably only go like 2
all
feet
right. So
away
I
from the
can't.
wall.
All right.
Yeah.
Is there a screen anywhere near this camera
I'm
enough to
working
do what
on
we
it.
want? Enough to make it so that the camera, or can we move the camera towards one of the screens?
Well, looking at the camera setups, all of them point outside except for the one in the cargo and the one in the mess hall. The rest are on the exterior of the ship.
Okay.
But Oshine, as you hook up, it's older. It's kind of easy to understand. It takes you a moment for it all to hook up. But it's just a small function you need to go through each camera and just turn on the function to have recognition of various devices or various items. And then it's just a matter of putting reference images towards it.
Punch that in.
Between the two of you, prestidigitating a picture, showing the camera, it takes you about 20 minutes, half an hour, and you've got it recognizing what your ship looks like and actively searching for any of it in the area.
So if they're directly from my ship, So, question, computer time frame for an answer?
I will tell you when one comes up.
Okay. This could take a while.
About those recoverable deleted camera files, where did they go?
Backup storage.
Is Desmond still here
Can
with
you
us?
please pull those up from backup storage?
Desmond is just sitting in the chair running diagnostics on various things.
Desmond, it appears like I was not the only person experimented on in that crew.
Well, that's not.
Why do you keep saying I saw it? Like, what did you see?
I didn't see. I just going by the image in the screen.
No, I mean, you're looking at a wall there.
Oh,
I think he means what was your
I was given
hallucination?
an image of the time that I was experimented on.
Oh,
Now, neither of these things appear to be negative. You weren't
not your
you weren't
fault.
being scared. I don't believe she was intending to harm us. If it is indeed a she.
we're talking about just had a PTSD attack.
No, you didn't. You were given a psionic input of some kind. You were shown that for a reason. I was showing what I was showing for a reason. I'd like to find out what this is all about. Who she is, why she's doing this. Like I said, I don't think this was a hostile intent. This seemed to be intentional. Now, I've gotten constricting information. I guess I can share it with you now. I am supposed to be watching after him
Yeah, so
because of the dreams that he has.
Where the fuck am I in all this?
Right now, talking with Amy.
Still talk. Oh, this
Make-
is before I made my way up.
Yeah. Right now, you would be, giving Amy a hug,
Okay.
starting to make your way.
So, and I have not disclosed with you or the others that I have seen someone who also has abilities. He gave me a headache while I was trying to read the crowd. He gave me a sensation that I've never felt before. So there's at least two different people from my normal. Says I've never seen, female or not, I've never seen red eyes on one of my kind. So she is an exceptionally gifted psionic. She did this through a wall. She didn't even see us. She couldn't visibly see us, and she put things in our heads. We need to find her.
alright, well, until there's actual proof, I'm just gonna assume I had a PTSD attack if that's fine with you.
Okay.
She's just gonna find us again.
I
So as you two get to
Yeah.
this point, Clyde's walking through the door.
Hi guys.
Hey, Dads, what's up? Psionically. Telepathically.
Hi Clyde.
Clyde, I should say Dads.
do you-
Clyde?
What do you need help with?
No.
Just checking.
Just coming in. Hi, how's it going?
Let's go check. The captain. Alright. How's your ship diagnostics? Anything good? Anything bad? Anything I gotta fix? Anything he has to lift?
And
At the moment, no, we're good for the next couple of days. If you guys just want to, enjoy your time on the ship,
telepathically.
there's a ping pong table in the storage, so.
What is ping pong?
A really old game. It's two people on either side of a table, and they hit a ball back and forth with a small paddle. That's the
Okay.
extent of what I know of it. I've never played it. It's
Played a lot of it in university.
it's tied up against the wall. You'd have to ask Amy to get it. It's buried behind something.
Well,
But I mean, it's
I would actually while we're
Earthlings play
okay.
something called beer pong.
There's that. There's humans have all sorts of phones. Anyways,
Pong?
anyways. What's up?
I might start the full alignment stuff.
Okay.
Which
The
means-
exterior. You'd have to go down the exterior of the ship for that one, eh?
Yeah, and gravity shut off and all that.
So if the gravity needs to be shut off, I would ask that you wait until most of the crew's awake, not all,
Yes.
because that would really suck to be sleeping,
Find out,
and then we turn the
After
gravity
the
back on.
fact.
We're on the way. Except
Yeah.
for the bird.
Yes, but
He
But-
barely counts.
by my
What do you mean he barely counts?
He's an animal.
So?
He barely counts.
Okay, so make sure when he's asleep and everybody else is awake, turn the gravity off and turn it back on real quick.
Okay, I feel like we're getting a little hostile here.
You wouldn't like it if it was done to you.
Lining a thruster takes hours, correct?
Yeah.
So could you not do that in one go? Floating around in zero gravity can get a little.
Nauseating.
Thank you.
We should
You're
be able
welcome.
to, with him on the outside and me on the inside, we should be able to guide it into its correct.
There's about half the
between-
It'll
time.
be weightless.
Between the
so-
two of you, on a knowledge front, it would take you about 8 hours to get it lined up, but it would still take you several days to actually hook everything up. Because you're gonna have to make sure the cables are properly hooked up, check the wires,
So,
run everything through the
Gonna
system.
say like, is 2-3 hours today fine?
Yeah, that'd be okay, but okay. I will tell you when. Xander, how do you feel about the Ba Empire, or the Reptile Coalition?
Well,
like, do you have any problems against
the
two
Reptile
of them?
Coalition would be good to stay against. Can I search my memories?
Yeah, give me a history check.
19.
I was gonna say, it looks like a 4.
For which one?
That's history.
Yeah, but
Oh, for the
which?
bond.
The Bond.
Yeah.
So the Bond Empire is mostly an orc race. There are small like subsidiary factions that are being bred with like other races. They're not very highly liked. They are peaceful, heavy quotations. In the fact that they won't just go to war with somebody. They won't just outright kill someone. It's more about if you attack them, they'll just annihilate you.
Fair.
You know, like entire planets are being wiped out by them for
This
stopping
were-
trade agreements too early.
Whereas with the lizard people,
They-
we are most likely to run into at least pirates.
Both of them have a pirated area because they are, though they are part of the inner,
Colony?
they are one of the inner systems. They are far enough out that shady people exist. You know, it's not as heavily policed.
Technology-wise,
I mean, did you see Avis?
is there any role I can do to find out which one is more advanced?
With what you got, the Bond Empire is responsible for
Oh yeah.
almost every
Too much
weapon
fun there.
design across the universe,
Yeah.
except for like secret stuff. That's
So
why people usually say the Bond Empire has designed 50% of the universe,
Yeah.
only because you don't know what other people are hiding.
Right.
Yours, for example. As for the Reptile Coalition, they're very passive, very almost monk-esque in how they run everything. They have ships, but it's all ships that have been gifted to them.
Yeah.
They're all used, and they just sort of fly around and help people out the best they can.
So I've searched my memory, found this out. I will now relay it to him and say it seems like
Gang.
erring on the try to go through the middle if we can, but
See, my
erring
thought
on the
was
side of that canal.
we could cut through the Bond Empire. It's sort of like an arcing path. Cut through the Bond Empire. Yes, it's a little iffy at the start, but it's safe in the middle, and then a little iffy at the end of the Bond Empire, and then we're good. We stick close to the Reptile Coalition, and there's no help. We can't refuel or anything like that, but there's very few pirates, and if we run the middle, run between them, we can't refuel at all until we're in the reef. And we have just enough fuel to get to the reef, like
Okay, so if anything comes
to
up
the
unseen,
Testadunes.
I guess that given that information, we really have no choice. This isn't everything. Everybody, could you please come up to the bridge?
I mean, 90% of us are here.
Well, we're still missing Viri,
Amy and
Amy, and you.
Alright, I remember. I grab my basket that I have with me and ask Junior to get inside of it.
He like crawls up and in. It's a little too tall for him, and he just like flops in.
They're like, we're just gonna go for a meeting with the crew, and then I will bring you back.
And he's just standing there, swaying on his heels, clapping his little hands. Okay, okay.
Actually, before we leave, I'm just gonna grab like not dirt or anything, but I'll grab like a little Are there any flowers in the greenhouse? Like, what is it right now primarily? I know the trees here.
Primarily, it's the tree and like little tiny mushrooms growing in the dirt.
So I'm just gonna kind of scoop some dirt. Scoop a couple mushrooms and just put it in there with them.
And he's just like, "Hi, they call me Junior. What's your name?" And he just like pokes them a little bit.
Oh.
You go
You're
behind
taunting him.
I don't think they're. I don't think they can speak like you can. Do you want me to take them out?
No, it's okay. And he just like picks up two of the smaller ones and is just like smacking them together.
That's so cute. Okay, I'm just gonna like kind of curl them on my arm and then walk with them to the.
I
guess-
don't like you.
I'm assuming. Did you say where? Did you just say we have?
Yeah, to the bridge. Did I not say to
Okay.
the bridge?
I go to the bridge.
So as you walk out of the area, you can see Amy starting to walk that way, and you see Viri's just like standing by the washer, putting everything into the dryer, and is like looking at how she's dressed. And she just looks at you and goes, "I am not prepared to talk to people."
I can relay what I learned to you.
I'll be a couple minutes.
Okay.
Okay. She just like stands there looking around about the room, sort of panicked.
She's still.
You notice, yes, she is still wearing Clyde's coat.
A little bit of a metagaming.
You proceed upwards.
Yeah, I will just say I will mention to them that they will join us shortly.
And you proceed up, and everyone is gathered round in
Amy's there now.
the cockpit. Amy gets there, and you can see like she's looking at her hand, and she's like burnt a section of one of her fingers. And she's, ow.
I don't imagine my healing works on metal.
I'll
Or does
fix
it work on?
I'll fix it later. No,
Is it just scorch?
I might have attached my finger to the gun and then ripped it off.
That's what I call trigger finger.
No.
Oh,
That hurt.
I'll feel later once that turn the gravity back on.
So why are we here?
We're just waiting for Viri, and when she gets here, we're gonna have to take a vote
Yuri
on
said
the
she
best
would
course.
be a minute. She is underdressed at the moment.
Okay. And you all wait.
Do it, Clyde.
You all wait a little bit.
I'm just
So-
picturing what she meant by that. I gave her my coat.
About half an hour later, you start to hear her like clomping up, and as you just watch her walk in, she is now just wearing like her boots and what looked like a pair of tights and a little I don't know what else you'd call it, a mullet dress,
Okay.
like just a black
A
mullet
high-low dress.
Yeah, a high-low dress, and she's just going over everything, and she's like put on these straps on her arms that have little daggers in them, and she's got like a gun on her front. It's just, what are we doing?
She's essentially a rogue.
How's it? What's the deal?
We have a difficult decision to make, versed on time and safety, and fuel availability. So we all need to decide. It's been pretty much according to Desmond and things that I remember. And if either of you know anything about these two races, we would really like to hear your input. The three courses that are available to us are to go in between two somewhat dangerous cultures, or to cut on one edge or the other of their space.
Do you want to travel through lizard space, orc space, or in between?
That is how you cut through the shit.
I will explain the differences. If we go through the workspace, we'll have fuel available to us.
Well, that's
But
a good thing.
we could be destroyed like that. They have technology that make us look like, I heard on Earth, Fucko the Clown. Is that what he's called?
There's quite a few of those, so
And I looked at Desmond.
That's the orcs I'm used to.
Well, they're hostile, but they're peaceful, and then become hostile very rapidly.
Why though? Just because they want to be assholes? Because that's what they are on my planet.
They're short-tempered.
reminds
Okay,
me.
so if none of you
And you-
insult any,
You have a way
I speak in French.
of getting
Reminds
through
me
to
of your
someone's temper.
ancestors.
So
He just
and so does
looks
he.
at you and slowly starts to shoot you the finger.
As I continue in French, oh, they were very much like the orcs.
It just turns back to the rest of you. Or the other option, which is the lizard people, where there's no fuel available.
But it's a much safer route.
Or we thread the middle and just make it.
Are we worried about fuel?
It's what makes the ship go.
I mean, are we worried about not having enough for our journey?
Yes.
Not only that, but
We filled before we left. This journey is like the cusp of what we can do.
if we need to refill, you don't need to breathe, but the rest of us do.
So let's go the path of a little bit of resistance and try and not piss anybody off.
Well, that seems to be the wisest course.
Go through any other proper.
I didn't want to make that
channels with
decision
that.
without everybody's input. That's why I called everybody here. So
I would say if we could
I trust the judgment of the crew.
if we were to say 50%.
Amy, what do you think?
Amy looks towards you and is just like, well, the Bon Empire is considered to be about 50% of my family. They manufactured parts of the structures that made me and my kin. So I would side with them personally.
Okay.
What about you,
Gary?
O'Shane?
Okay. Just let me explain like so. If going down the straight middle is a 50%, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Lizard folk, they're 0%. Completely orc is about 100. I'd say we go 75. We're still somewhat in the middle, but we're closer to the orcs for refueling purposes.
Can we do that?
So there is a danger there. There is a danger with that.
Okay.
If we stay on the edge of the Bon Empire for too long, there's a risk of pirates.
So no, I feel like going in through just right into it. It might be a little dicey on the way in, and it might be a little dicey on the way out.
Yeah, I was here when he said that.
I was not. He said that already. Why are we talking about this then?
You were here.
Very speaks of because whereas the reptile coalition, they're nice, they sort of just help everyone.
I had a hard time believing that.
If we did run out of fuel, they would just tow us to the nearest station.
Would
That is nice, if it's true.
would the members of the crew that have to breathe be safe if we were to run out of fuel?
For a very limited amount of time.
Are we just talking about propulsion fuel? Or are we talking about the fuel that powers the rebreathers,
Both.
the oxygen scrubbers?
Both. You two would know that the ship, when it runs out of fuel, when it gets down to about like 5%,
Yeah.
the
Okay,
thrusters
response.
shut off
Yeah.
and
Life
everything
support.
else functions. And then
For a
eventually
while.
all that will
Life
run out.
support will drop.
And a ship this size, given the coldest space, will rapidly
Yeah.
lose temperature. And you guys would most likely freeze before you
Running
run out of air.
Yeah, I thought
Does
so.
anybody in here know a place to refuel before we get to that space?
That's where Desmond pipes up and goes, that's why I was looking at the maps for the last like 4 hours. The closest refueling station is Tanhul in the Bon Empire, or very deep into the Reptile Coalition. We're in the section of space where there isn't a lot of stuff. This
Well,
is as best as you can say. This is a dead zone.
Then I'm gonna say this.
Dead
The in the reptile coalition, would we be able to make it to that refueling station quite safely?
We could, but it would take about an extra half week onto our journey.
Ooh.
Are we
On a side
currently
note-
worried about time? I know we need to return Junior home.
On that note, since it got brought up, does anyone know where Junior's from? Because I have checked my maps. I don't know where the mushroom people are from.
Is he still doing the thing?
He is. He's like walking around inside the basket, like smacking the basket and the dirt pile. And
We need to go talk to the fella that gave us the job.
I can only know where
Goblin
Danica,
monsters. I don't.
and I just gotta go.
You realize
Yeah,
he's
that's
just
who we
eating
need to
two
talk to.
mushrooms together, right?
To me?
Yeah.
Yes. He realized they don't speak, so he decided to play.
On a side note,
Okay.
since I've been
Have you
given
never
the
seen
mission
Little
and sent with these people, do
children
I have
beat their
a
dolls?
communicator that can reach my people?
No.
A subspace communicator
you-
on me
You
personally?
do have a subspace communicator. It does have a little delay depending on the distance to the other ship.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a small little disc.
How long, Desmond, before we have to have an answer? Can we just stay on our course now? How long till we hit that space?
About 4 days, 5 days, and then we have to make the choice. So we're dedicating to just risking it.
Okay, I will tell him telepathically. Everybody but Clyde, or I guess you, because you'll let it slip.
Probably.
Telepathically. So these guys are wondering what's going on. I'm just speaking to these guys telepathically, and I guess the other two, Vera and Amy, can be trusted. I'm on a secret mission to watch him. I don't point, but to say to watch Clyde. I have a communicator, and I can communicate with my people, and it's possible that due to the importance of this, what we're doing here, they will send a supply of fuel and power cells
If you want
to keep us going.
if you want to reach out to your people, if they're in the area and are willing to help, with
If there's a supply ship nearby, they would more than likely be willing to help. I can at least ask.
we would be more than willing to pay the fair price for fuel in the area.
I will let them know
I feel
that.
like we were in that bit of a conversation.
No, I'm just still trying to figure
Huh?
out.
What?
We're all looking at each other.
Oh no.
These guys are going.
Oh no. Shem was just sort of blanking out, like listening, but just sort of zoning out.
Also, to your little comment about people beating dolls, we tenderize meat as children.
So he's just doing that.
Okay. Well,
That's
if
not
you,
meat though. That is a mushroom.
if you folks will excuse me, I just have to leave for a minute.
So he's
So
gonna
I'll
eat
go
it.
and make the call.
I think he's just doing it for fun.
Very walks up
Odd.
and looks towards Junior and goes, "You look tired." He looks at him, and you look clean. She's like, "Yes, I am." Picks him up and it's just like, "Oh, what's that right now?" And just is like walking away, rubbing his belly, and he's just like holding her finger as she rubs his belly.
Oh! Oh my gosh, my
And then
heart.
about 2 minutes later, she comes back without him.
Oh,
He's in a bowl.
there you go.
He's asleep in a bowl.
He's not in a salad bowl, is he?
No, he's in a teacup bowl
Okay.
on the top shelf.
God forbid somebody confuse him as an actual mushroom.
I mean, that would be devastating.
That's
So,
what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
it has happened before.
Yeah.
You know what? I feel like, you know what, Clyde, you're right. We're missing someone important. Like, go out.
So as
Get
they're talking, Xander, you walk out and you get into the cargo hold where you're far away from everyone else, and you make the call out. What are you calling for?
I'm sending out a
He
transmission
railroaded you.
that only my people will be able to receive. Ostensibly, only my people will be able to receive.
Okay.
It's unlikely that either of these two races will have the means of breaking this.
Even speaking
That's code.
like Gnomish or
So I
something.
would just, to know much or even, because I know my father can speak Celestial as well. So maybe I'll code it in Celestial as well as being encrypted.
Okay.
Send a message out, Father, or anyone nearby. This is Xander Fargrim. I am in need of fuel and fuel cells, power cells, to fit. And I'll give the description of the vessel, like the class of the materials needed for a mission that I was given. If this is you, Father, you know the mission. Otherwise, seek clearance from the Admiral.
Okay.
And please, respond if you can within a 4-day time frame from, and I will give the time, Zulu, 1400 hours start date.
Okay. So as you send it off, you wait a couple minutes, just because there is that chance where you're close enough, or there's
That someone's
little
within a couple light
information
years can.
where
Yeah.
it'll take like a minute to send, a minute to reply, sort of deal.
Okay.
You're just waiting, and then you get the message back, and it comes up because it's like a hologram projection when you call
Right.
and when they call back. And
Star Wars.
when you receive it, it comes up. You enter in the information to unlock the encryption, and you see your father, but it's like from the chin down, and he's just like, Xena, your mission is of grave importance to us. We will meet and assist you as best as we can.
Okay.
And it's followed by a set of coordinates, which are roughly in your path.
Okay. I'll mark the coordinates.
Okay.
And then, all right. Thank you, Father. I'm Admiral. I will relay this information to our captain, and I'll give him the lowdown of the vessel. Are we speak in real time now, or is it still?
No, there's a delay.
That's true. So I will just. That's fine. I don't want to tell him our course and ask for his advice because it'll be 20 minutes before we get the whole conversation. So everybody's voted anyways. If I came in there and said, you know, Dad says we should do this. Wait a minute. You're not supposed to know that my dad is.
I pieced off. Like,
Yeah.
Walk
So
in,
I come back in and telepathically relay the information to everybody but those two.
You relate to Desmond. He checks the course. It is on the central course. If you evade both and just go straight down the center, you will cross paths with that ship.
Okay.
And we're gonna take a break.
Ooh.
Brave.
Yeah. Because I realize what time it is.
What time is it?
It's 11:30.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I should have asked about the red-eyed. Father, do you know any red-eyed women? I will put that message out next time.
Maybe. But here we are.
Oh no.
Is the music
Oh no,
off?
what? The music is down, yes. Oh, your face is full of nuts. Ha! I'm gonna die.
I like nuts on my face too.
Well, not that I'm not chewing on food. As Xander has sent out that message and relayed it to you guys, and returned to, return to what you were doing.
Can we just ad lib that I also sent an image of the red-eyed girl in that message?
You can attempt.
Can you identify her, Admiral?
There's no response to it. A couple things to take care of over the day. Well, one thing to take care of, really. Maybe two. Danica, settling into the greenhouse.
Yeah.
It's kind of spacious and has like an earthy smell to it that you haven't really had a whole lot since you've been. What are you doing?
So I'm gonna move my hammock into the tree.
Into the tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna kind of take I'm gonna bring Bon Bon up into the tree with me, but keep him in his own
Okay,
pod
so I'm gonna clarify. Like, this isn't a huge room. It's not like you got 40, 50 feet of ceiling. It's like maybe 20 feet tall.
Is there enough branches to hold me?
Yeah, but you wouldn't be like up in the bush of the tree. You'd be like, you could put the hammock
You'd be a low hanging fruit.
like in the bottom portion of it.
That's fine. I can deal with that. And then I'll just tie Bon Bon beside me
Okay.
in his little thing, and then he's just hanging there in his planter. And then I'm gonna take the excuse me. You okay?
He has already had something to hang in?
Yeah, he's always had
Okay.
his own the same thing I made my hammock out of. I made a little
Okay, never mind. I was gonna say you should craft a net that he can sit in, but never mind.
Yeah,
never mind. You already did it.
already did that.
Had an idea. Already done.
No, I'm going to take a couple of those roses that I got from Clyde and find one of the empty pots, and I'm gonna start creating a little rose bush.
Okay.
Just, it won't really be much that first little bit. I'll just kind of plant them in and just start them. And then I'm gonna go to the tree and I'm gonna start, like with Bon Bon, how it's changing into more of my kind of plant. I'm gonna kind of slightly influence the tree a little bit too with Druidcraft.
Okay. And you can see as you take it off, but like your hands were touching it because they burn the wood a little bit. It's quiet in here. You can hear like occasionally, not a heavy amount, but occasionally the sprinklers turn on and like gently mist the room, and then it settles down.
Does that affect her?
There is brief moments, roughly like once an hour, where you can't breathe. It goes off and just like, and then it's just a moment of like you not breathing, and then you're fine. Yeah.
And then I guess just over the next several days, what I want to do is I just want to start tilling the ground.
You would get a little annoyed for the first little bit trying to sleep, because every hour you're going to get woken up
With the
just
mist.
briefly from the mist, and then you fall back to sleep.
To try and set up the umbrella I got from Leanne. I create a little little blockage in my hammock with the little umbrella and just set it up.
Okay.
So Danica's turning into a Studio Ghibli character.
Yeah.
And you're set up in the little tree.
Yeah.
Are you going to try and see about getting any plants going in here?
Yeah. I guess I'll try and talk to Desmond and see if he has anything in stock. In one of the other pots that are there, because I remember you saying there was a couple of pots, right?
Yes.
Empty pots. So one I started with the rose bush, and the other one I'm going to start a lemon tree.
Okay.
Did you talk to everybody about this? Did you talk to Xander?
No, I haven't talked to anybody. So that first day, I'm just kind of setting my stuff
So
up.
Xander doesn't know you're looking to plant things.
And yeah, I
Okay.
haven't. What I'll probably do is probably go around to each of the crew members and say I'm gonna start growing things, but go to Desmond first.
Yeah. So when you go to Desmond, it shows you in the room. There's like this large cabinet, so it's built into the wall, and opens it up, and there's just like large enough bags of seeds, like the kilogram bags of seeds of different kinds. And like, you just take a pinch, sprinkle them, grow whatever. Try and grow in like stages. I always found when I was a kid that helped. Like the older people thought, you know, we'll plant it all now and then we'll have food. But then, you know, over time it was like, okay, no, we'll just plant here, this, and then in a week we'll plant here, and in a week we'll plant here. You know, plant in stages.
Okay, I believe I can do that. And then, what do I have available to me?
Everything that you would find in a garden. There's a little
Okay.
trowel. There's a
Potatoes, onions, peppers, tomatoes,
Yep.
cucumbers.
various things like that. Though they don't have like names on them. It's like pictures of the food.
So I'm not really familiar with that kind of stuff, but with Druidcraft, could I kind of get a feel of what it'll be like?
Oh, definitely. You could like pick up the seed and like sit there and look over it a bit and get an idea of what's coming from it. Most of these are either root vegetables or low-growing fruit.
So are there any like trellises or anything set up for like, say if I was to do tomatoes,
Well,
like have them
something
grow
could-
up?
Some could be fashioned.
There is on the sides of like any stands. There's trellises connected on the stand.
Okay. So I guess what I'll do is I'll just slowly start throwing a couple like tomatoes, potatoes.
Well, that
Things like
drawer
that.
full of seeds ruins Xander's good idea. Seeing if the printer could print seeds. Could it have?
No, I don't think that's how it works. 'Cause the
Why
printer-
not?
The printer just has a nutritional value. Remember, when they consume it, it becomes filament again.
I suppose. So it's not really, it's just printing a facsimile of food. It's not actually what you're printing.
Yeah, it's
It's got the fat, it's got the
Bless you.
protein, it's
Yeah,
got
it's got the
the
nutrition.
yeah,
but it's not
and a
actually,
couple chemicals to give flavor.
yeah,
But
it's not actually,
making the food.
so
you couldn't print a
create,
potato.
you couldn't have created a thing that will turn into life,
No, you couldn't print a potato, cut it in half, and go grow a couple potatoes.
the way a
So-
potato would, yeah.
FYI, if I can find chickens, I'm totally getting chickens again.
Oh
guys.
dear God. Cluck 1, cluck 2, and cluck 3.
Buck, buck, buck 1, buck 2, buck Shrek.
No.
So,
Anyways,
You do
that's
that.
basically all my plan is just to start actually get the room going with what is available for right now.
so
If I find a lamp.
well, that's going. Clyde, there's a brief moment, just like putzing around the ship. You are one of the few people on the ship who don't have a thing to do daily. Like,
Where did
Veery
my
goes through everything, make sure everything's still functioning right. You know, they're taking care of the mechanical
You can, like,
front.
put it on your bed.
Veery and Desmond sort of take care of piloting the ship. And Amy, you know, she does whatever she needs to in the cargo area. You're just sort of aimlessly walking about
Never
for the
fails.
majority of the day.
But did she return my coat to my bed?
It's hung up on a little hanger by your bed.
Ooh, actual care.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not engineering, I'm napping.
I'll find, how many days have gone past? Is this day 2 or day
This is same day as
Same
the
day.
conversation.
No.
Just until this is done.
I would wait then for my next bed.
Okay. What you would guess is the end of the day. You know, when you're starting to feel tired, you go to bed. Barry's just sitting at a table in the mess hall and has 2 drinks sitting there.
That seat taken?
She hands you the drink. This is my second one. They're not as good as you get on that actual planet where they're made properly, but it printed cold, which was interesting.
I mean, the steak I had earlier printed hot, so.
She just like takes a sip of it and sets it down. And Between the two of you spend the next little bit just exchanging history, and you find out like she was a priestess, but also an assassin, but didn't like either of those, and sort of had like a secret family.
Oh.
And then when everything was like, became a lot darker than it already was, she got the fuck out of there and actually had rescued Desmond from what she graciously refers to as a farm, but gathering from the small hints that she gives, it was probably more of like a sex dungeon.
I'm just gonna get rid of farm.
Full of like a lot of people, but she seen a human and was like, ooh, and saved him.
Sexton.
Huh. Well,
And of course I relay like
farm.
I like relay. I mentioned like the family and how it's a tribal kind of layout and shit. Because I don't know if she's ever experienced anything like that. And we have healers, kind of like priestesses, but we would call them shaman.
Give me an insight roll, just as you're talking to her.
That's not bad.
It's not horrible.
It's still a 7, but it's not bad.
7.
That could have been a lot worse. It was
She-
on the 1.
The entire time, she just has a smile on her face and is looking at you, listening to everything you're saying.
Okay. I can notice that. But can I kind of tell that she's interested at all?
With that, no.
No.
You don't know.
Huh.
I
I don't get annoyed. I'd say, I'm not boring you, am I?
She's like, oh, no, it's just a lot to take in about a person.
If I'm rambling, then I'm sorry.
She just smiles, take a sip, and a little like beep goes off in the cockpit. She's like, well, I gotta go see what's going on. So we will talk again later. She just puts the drink down, goes into the cockpit, and it's just quiet.
Can I tell it was like meaningful, like we'll do this again sometime, or was it we'll do this again sometime?
I'll let you do another insight.
Dear God. Natural fucking 20.
She seemed generally engaged and was more of like a, put a pin in this,
And I'll
but
be
I
back.
need to go work.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I'm just sitting there like, that's cool. You know, one of the only people that actually sits down and listens. Didn't expect that.
But over the next couple days, it's quiet on the ship. Everybody just sort of does what they need to keep it running. You two working on setting up the engine or the propulsion.
Yeah, it's technically an
So,
engine.
I will
propulsion type thing.
let you do a tinker roll with advantage to try and get into line, to get things hooked up.
19.
19. It's looking pretty good. You still probably got another 2-3 days of messing around because every time you work on it, you have to shut off the pretty much everything just to hook it up, test it, just make sure everything's reading properly. Several times in your first day working on it, it's like, okay, and you turn it on and the entire thing shifts 1 degree out of position. Or, a couple minutes later, you turn back on the gravity and it shifts on an angle the wrong way. It's just going to take a little bit to get it done. You all work on what you're working on, cultivating seeds, putzing around, doing various tasks.
I would assume that if I'm not helping like Amy do things, I would be doing things to impress Gary.
And I assume
so-
when we can't work on the engine, I'm upgrading this bad boy.
Okay. Clyde, can you give me a sanity check, please?
It'd just be driving you crazy.
An actual roll, please.
12. I beat it.
12. There are a couple nights where you start to have the nightmare of being on that weird, tortured planet.
Okay. The one that I was running away from something, or
Yeah.
the mountain one?
No, the one where you're running away from these weird, distorted creatures in the sky. It's odd. There are sections that look like it's nighttime, and sections where it looks like it's daytime, and large buildings, very similar to what you've seen on other planets. Large, like 7, 8-story buildings, and as you're running, there's just that moment where it starts to fade, and you're running through a field with your friends in the wild, and it's just a nice, calm dream.
Voice.
Yeah. The rest of you go finish your day. The next day, it's very much the same. Life aboard a ship is very routine. Till something big happens. It's very routine.
I would like to point out, like, the way I'd be impressing Veery is, like, if she comes into the cargo bay and I'm, like, helping lift things, I'm, like, doing it, like, flawlessly. Like, I probably look like I'm struggling a little bit, but, like, I'm trying to do the... that was
The
easy.
muscle flex pose.
Oh, my arm.
Oh, my arm! I think I strained a bicep.
Oh, my.
Persuasion.
Wait, didn't. Wouldn't that be performance?
Performance, sorry. That's what I meant.
Did you say persuasion first?
Performance.
Performance?
I
18.
corrected myself. 18. There are a couple times where you do it and you look over and you can see that she's looking at you, but like sort of in that like what are you doing sort of look, but like semi-impressed, but not entirely. Not you don't see she's not swooning over you,
Whoa!
but just like a
That tiny crate definitely was heavy.
But she's not throwing a crate at you either. So you're somewhat ahead.
I'm trying. It's not like I'm dropping down to the deck and doing like clap ups and shit. Like, oh, there's Fury.
Anti-gravity planking.
At some point before we meet with my people, I'd like to take Junior up to the computer, and ask the computer, put her in front of the camera, and say, "Computer, can you identify this life form and its probable planet?"
We know what it is. It's a mic call.
Yeah.
you just hear the computer go, that is a mushroom,
Yes.
approximately 4.5 inches tall.
Hey, this mushrooms, can speak. It's a living mushroom.
Consult doctor.
Most mushrooms are alive
Okay.
due to
You're true.
photosynthesis and various other forms.
But this one
Of
isn't.
growth.
This one isn't stuck in dirt. He
Wait.
can't speak to you because
Oh
he's
my.
yeah. Wave
God,
to her.
And
I'm
Warner
sure
Brothers
it
Frog
was-
all over again.
Many mushrooms display movement when breezes blow against them.
Can you dance? Psionically?
Oh my honey, hello. The right
Starts doing the
Yeah.
what's his name?
The frog.
I am Groot.
Oh, the
Starts
Groot.
doing the baby Groot dance. Can mushrooms do that, computer?
It's quiet for a moment, and then just scanning for possible homes for mushrooms.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
872 million search
Possible
results.
planet.
Oh god.
Okay.
And 3 stars.
I guess I have to use the name of the life form. Probable planet for myconoid life forms.
Okay, it's scanning right now.
I'm sure my father, whoever we meet, will have a better idea. But I thought I'd try.
Oshine, as you continue tinkering away at it, I'll get another roll just to see how this day and next couple days go.
With advantage or just the one?
With
Well,
advantage.
Okay, so that's.
What I did only took 5 minutes.
Mod 20?
Mod 20, okay. it's a little better than the last time. But over the next couple days, you do get it fairly well lined up. You know, maybe 2-3 more days working on it. But as you come close to the 5th day of working on it, you start to see, sort of coming into the path with you, this large white vessel. To you, it would sort of look like 2 plates face side towards each other, with like large streams coming off the side of them.
Considering it's
Tentacles coming off the sides of them.
considering it's weird looking, I'm gonna assume it's Xander. Xander's people.
Xander, you look at it is the research vessel, you know, but it's flying a little slower than usual, probably to like match speed with you.
Yeah.
And it as it gets closer, sometimes things are hard to tell distance due to size, and as it gets closer, it's massive. Like you could park this inside that and probably not mess up any of the functions of the ship.
No.
This is a cruiser. Your guys' ship handles 7 to 10 people. That ship probably handles tens of thousands of people inside it.
Especially because they're all half people.
Probably helps with space.
Do I get any transmissions?
Nothing.
Okay.
No,
All right.
not
Well, I guess I better say. Well, I guess we're approaching our rendezvous point.
Okay.
I'm going to ask that are you there, Father? Admiral?
Father?
Daddy?
Daddy, can you hear
You get a
me?
response in the little. Are you doing it in private?
I am.
Okay. You get a response in the little. Pretty much immediately, the projection comes up and it's from the chin down. It's, you are free to board. We will commence refueling
process.
Very
Okay.
boomer-like.
Okay. I also have a question. Myconoid life forms. Do you know their probable origin planet?
We will discuss it when you are aboard the ship.
Okay.
Would
Alright,
this be the ship that I was on?
Yes.
Would I recognize that?
If you were outside.
I'm not outside.
No. You
So
going
just-
back
You
inside
can-
the ship?
You can help me refueling.
Or I could just work on this.
You could.
Are you
the
just
ship
gonna
will be-
continue working on the engine?
While we're parked, yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're parked in the middle of
So you
fucking
three-
nowhere.
As you sit there, there's that moment where Xander has to sort of scurry to get back in the door because they line the ship up to attach the two doors.
No.
And so you get in, as the door connects, it pressurizes, and you all feel as the pressure inside your ship changes a little bit to match the pressure of the larger ship so that you don't implode into
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
We warned Veery in time for her to put her suit on. That we were going to open the door.
As you guys begin doing that, and she puts the suit on, you three watching her as she puts it on, it's uncomfortable to watch her put it on, and you can tell as she moves it, it's heavy. And at one point, she even like, Clyde, can you hand me my helmet? And you pick it up, and it weighs a good like 20 pounds.
Whoa.
And she just puts it on, and she goes to do whatever she does.
Wow.
That's a heavy
How is
helmet.
she not freaking like rock leaning all over the place for this?
Why isn't she like my muscle tone?
Because she's thin built.
And then there's me.
That's because they got drag me away from my
Mechanica.
Poland over there.
I'm a simple farmer, leave me alone.
As you being cultivating it, the water in here and anyone entering it would start to notice that it started to get like, it's not poisonous, but it's enough of a sulfuric atmosphere inside this room
Sorry.
that like when you enter it, your skin starts to feel itchy a little bit.
Sorry.
Oh, great. Thanks for the useless vegetables.
Yeah, can we even eat this stuff?
You could.
Fine.
It's not to a point of like being poisonous, but enough that it's noticeable.
Is it my fault?
I don't know. Person on fire. Is it your
Let's go talk to your volcanic planet.
That's true.
Yeah.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, my planet's doing fine, okay? They're surviving.
Mhm.
You think?
I check in on them every once in a while.
It's Alderon.
As you three,
Oh.
as you three make your way towards the door, it's connected up, but nobody's came in. No communication is being made of like, hey, you're free to board.
Hello?
There's no response.
I just kind of.
Hello?
You open it up, and you would recognize this as, because it's one of the bigger rooms on the ship. You would have spent a lot of time here, as it's their docking bay, and it's large. You know, again, you could fit your whole ship in here. Probably a couple, but there's no one in here.
Say it again.
Hello?
Can I get you two to make sanity checks, please?
Me as well?
16, I saved.
16.
I don't think I even need to put that on. Yeah. I hate you.
Oh, it's a 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, you got 2 1s this game.
The same frickin' dice. No, it was that one last time. I hate you both.
What's your others?
I don't think I like metal dice anymore either.
Yeah, I was the weird one.
I still love the, okay, I actually like the feel of these ones a little bit more.
Okay, so something's obviously
They're just so
gonna go
deep.
terribly wrong.
And you three
Terribly.
going about your
There's still
business.
some weight in these ones.
There, it's not hard to find the little lever that turns on the refueling. And you can hear it starting to pump some sort of material into the ship.
You just cursed my dice.
I can borrow that. Because it's that cursed.
No doubt.
What are you three doing?
I'm looking for something.
I'm kind of hesitantly, I'm following, but kind of hesitantly standing back.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the shoe to drop.
Did you
What?
say there were
Something
a
bad's gonna
lot of
happen.
members on your ship?
Yes.
I don't
A
know where
lot
they
of
are.
members.
I don't like how it's always been described as you see your dad from the chin down.
Yeah, but
It's very Emperor
I just
Palpatine.
kind of.
Oh, from the chin down?
It's
Yeah,
always
not
been
up.
no. It's
Chin
always
down.
been the chin down.
It's
You
like-
haven't seen his eyes.
It's like this.
Do it.
It's like when you're talking to an old person and they don't have the camera lined up.
Yeah.
I made the
Is it-
joke.
Yeah.
Is it his voice though?
Yep.
Recognizably?
I just boop and I go, Ocean, we may need some assistance.
Okay. That's like stop.
So stopping and now looking, you don't have a way back into the ship.
Oh, you're outside the ship.
Oh shit!
And your guys' ship
Oh,
only has
shine.
one
Ah!
door in on the top. So what you may have to do is untether yourself from your ship and just free jump to their ship and try to make your way to a different door.
I'm free,
That's dangerous.
free falling.
Being as smart as you are and spacefaring, there is a risk to that because you can clearly see both ships are still firing their engines. And if you don't make it to that ship fast enough, you could get left,
Behind, yeah.
or you could get burned, or you could land and not have anything to grab onto. And just sort of tumble.
Well, I could always just.
Desmond, do we have anything like a grappling gun?
You hear, well, I have one on me, but
Any chance I could borrow it?
sure.
Sure.
For what purpose?
Well, I'd like to grapple onto something in the interior of the ship so that we don't have to take a flying leap and hope we don't get unsynced. I have a strong suspicion if I try to jump, that's exactly what's going to happen
No,
to me.
you guys are fine. You're
Yeah.
in the other ship.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
has to
he's
jump.
out.
So I'm more so like.
Oh yeah, good. Oh Shane, yeah.
Could
Shane,
I get get some assistance. I'm gonna have to space jump.
You get Amy come on. She's like, make your way to the bay door.
Walk to the bay door. I assume.
It's hard to do. You know, you follow tethered line, you get so far, and you have to reach out, hit that, snag onto that tether line, unhook, and keep going.
That's how my tools look.
You make your way, and you're at like the edge of the bay door as it starts to open, and you can just see Amy's arm reaching out near the bottom.
I untether it.
Okay, and she pulls you in, the door closes, feel the whole ship repressurize, everything drops several inches, and she just goes, well, it's a good thing I shut the doors. She stands you up. There's also like several tools and things that weren't strapped down have just flown about the room. In that brief like 10 seconds.
Okay, I'm putting my because if I remember correctly, I can walk by my workshop real quick, drop off my tools, and make it into the back door.
Somewhat, yeah.
So I'm just gonna take off my 0G tool belt.
How long did that take?
About 5 minutes.
I'm gonna say we probably
By
just.
the time-
I waited.
5-10 minutes before he can catch up to you guys.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
As its shield popped and just pistol drop.
Oh, no one has come to meet us at this point or said anything.
No.
Standard work is everybody.
That's what I'm just gonna go find out right now.
Because I remember this place being like a booming like metropolis almost.
Yeah. Don't pump into that fuel just yet.
Any signs of appers?
Of what?
Appers?
No. You walk aboard the ship with them, and it's quiet. Everything's sort of in its right place. It's not like, you know, there's things strewn about the area. Everything's set up properly.
There's nobody in the hallways.
No. You go to make get out of the docking bay.
Admiral, what is your current location?
You get the response of, I am in my office.
Head towards the office. I would know the way.
As you go to leave
I'm sort of
the docking bay,
taking everyone's 6.
the door is locked shut.
The locking bay from their
The docking
section?
bay, like you guys have walked in the little man door,
The inner
and then
locking
you
bay
go
door
to
shuts.
walk out of the docking bay.
And that closes
That-
and locks.
It's locked. Like you walk up to it, it's locked.
Oh.
It doesn't
okay.
lock
So
behind
we
you.
have no way out of the ship now.
No, you are currently in the docking bay still.
We
You have no way
Oh,
into
we're locked.
into
Okay.
it,
the
yeah.
rest of the ship.
Talk to him more.
Admiral, why is the door locked?
I don't know anything about that. I'm sure there's someone around there you could talk to.
There's nobody. Nobody at all.
Well, there has to be somebody.
Well,
Just look around.
I've looked. We can't. We're locked in. We're completely locked in the airlock.
Cover your ears. Make a phalanx around each other. Just gonna make a noise with my pistol. I'm just gonna ring a shot out. Just
There's a fair amount of stuff in here, but it's very open space. It echoes out. Nothing seems to respond.
I don't like this.
So we're not in a small airlock area.
No. This
One
is
door.
a docking bay.
Are there any fighters or any?
Yeah, there are several ships that get used to like go out and inspect things, and you can see on the far end the ship that you were in when you picked up Clyde.
Also, I'd like to. Where's the door that we're going to try and get into? Is it like a comes down door, shuts door?
So you'd know from being on the ship, it sort of like twists into itself.
I can't.
Is there a control panel?
Give me an investigation. Give me a strength roll.
There would be a control panel.
8.
8.
10.
You're trying, but your fingers just can't get into the grasp.
You're pretty
the holes.
sweaty.
You find a control panel, but there's no like port hookup to it, and it's just like a password control panel.
I wonder if I were to.
I should know. From being a crew member, I should know the passwords for the ship, should I not?
Give me a history roll.
It's been a while.
It's also it's a
Do
massive
not
crew.
be a dick.
Everybody has their jobs.
Use the
You
non-crit
might
one.
not. You might not know the passwords to control a door in the docking bay.
22.
22.
Much better.
You specifically don't know the password. You
Okay.
know it from walking by and seeing someone else type it in. It's a 4-digit password. You know the first 3. So after a couple trial and errors, you get it. No.
And as soon as he opens up, just
The door opens up, and in here it's nice and lit and whatnot. And as the door opens up, it's just the emergency lights on the floor, and the rest of the lights are out.
Yeah, this
Which
is
you would
good.
know only goes off when there's an intruder.
go back.
That's us.
I push a message to Desmond and I just say it looks like their ship has experienced some trouble.
Close that fucking thing.
So as you say that, you get a response, and it's just, well, you can, and that's it.
We're just too far away.
Okay, go. Like I'm basically just like, lock that fucking door.
And I'm going to tell your admiral that your ship is not running right.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell him anything else. I think we're just going to walk to where he said he was.
Or
What?
don't.
Are we able to uncouple the ship?
I doubt it.
Are we able to
I
uncouple
wouldn't
the
have
ship? Do we have to do it from this ship?
Yeah. Ours doesn't have an airlock, right? It just has the door.
It has a small manned airlock.
Okay.
It's like a big enough room to fit about 6 people. Like shoulder to shoulder, 6 people.
All right. Well, we could try. I could try the same password on the door that I just used on that door.
Okay.
And see if we can't get back to our ship.
Well, our ship's still open, right? Our pathway to us is still open?
Nope. It's closed now.
But
As
they can
you-
open it.
As
from
you
the other
approach
side.
it, it's closed up.
You ever think maybe the fact that Xander came or left here with me, and now came back with 2 people that they have no clue who it is, and one's bearing arms, which I get it, but maybe that's why they think that there's an intruder.
I peek my head. Did we close that door yet?
The big door?
one
Like
that
the one we just opened.
You didn't say you closed it.
Okay, so
I kept telling him to.
I just kind of, hello, we come in peace.
Well, closing is just a matter of. Presently, you don't need a code to close it. You just need a code to open it. So.
Would you know a detail of the Admiral that only you and him would know?
Yes.
So Clyde, as you show down the hallway, you can see at the far end just several people walking about.
Hello.
They're just walking. It's like a T-junction further up ahead. They're just walking past.
Motherfucker, I just.
No! Shit! Come on!
You motherfucker. No, I'm like cussing them out as I go up there.
Okay.
Do you not know? Hello.
As you get close and you're around the corner to follow them, they're like 10 feet further than they should be.
What the fuck?
As I'm yelling, I'm sort of, Clyde! Get your ass over here!
I wait for another set of people to come, and I like stop them. Like I physically go out to grab one.
Okay. So they're like talking to each other, and as you stop one and they turn, both their eyes are red, and they go, "Why, hello, Clyde."
Oh shit. I drop it and I run.
You get back to that door, and it's closed.
Fuck.
And the rest of you watch as the door just closed.
Punch it back in again.
I do. I enter the code again.
Air.
Fuck it! As I'm just gonna electrocute the fucking panel.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
I just. Huh. That's not good.
No! Fuck!
I can add voltage to his.
What'd you get?
7?
7. You strike at it. You're hitting it, but it's just not doing anything. Might be what it's made of. Maybe you're just not hitting it right, but it's not. You're not.
I go for just one more jab.
Okay.
And I will, at the same time, I'll give him the lightning bolt.
Okay. What'd you get?
I got a 13.
13. It's good enough. Give me some damage.
I've got 2 8s.
I like how he's rubbing his hands. He's like, yeah, it might work.
2 8s, yeah.
Or he just broke a handle. Did we have messages that had to
My
be done?
cantrip is
That's fair.
2d8.
Ah, I figured as much.
Okay, here, let me just. I need to find an 8.
Hey, you want to be famous?
3 8.
I don't know if you can read it from where you are, but I'm sure you can.
It's gonna be really.
Let's go everywhere.
Okay, there.
This is why I always have.
What?
What's that sound?
An 8 plus.
You got no weight to them. So 14.
11.
Okay, so you two pump it in, and you watch as it just like overheats and starts to like melt a little bit, and the door starts to open up, and as it does, there's an empty hall in front of you, dark lights,
No Clyde.
no Clyde.
What? Does the door open in front of me?
No,
Ah, for fuck's sake.
and you're standing there sort of looking about. It's dark. Do you have dark vision? I can never remember what they go
I've
by.
got superior dark vision. I can see 120 feet.
Goliaths don't, but I know these two do.
Nope. So
No dark vision.
You're relying on pretty much just the little bit of light coming from the floor. And as you're standing there and as you all are looking down this hall, you can see the regular lights start to like glow slightly. And you would know this as it's standard protocol for your ship. It's about 5 minutes where the lights are going to just slowly get brighter and brighter and brighter until they're blinding and you can't see anything. And then it'll be about 10 minutes of blinding light, and then it slowly fades back down.
And that's for when there's an intruder?
Yes.
So I
It's
will
meant to
warn them
blind and
of the protocol.
unexpecting people.
So I'm just gonna put on like a. If once it gets too dangerous on my helm, I'm gonna put in like a sun layer.
What could mind control hold?
Clyde, as you were standing there and you're starting to see these lights come on, and looking about, there's like little man doors everywhere down this hall. The one you ran down didn't have them. There's just little doors leading to like other rooms.
Okay, is there a closed door in front of us?
Nope.
No, your doors are open now.
Yeah, but I just meant because you had a door close off on you, which was our door.
Mhm.
Okay, and then now he's just gone.
Mhm.
Do we still see that T section?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna head over to that T section
Okay, let's all stay together.
and see if there's like a path or something that looks like a footprint, anything that looks like he might have gone down there or somebody.
Okay, give me an investigation roll since you're the one leading it. Clyde, what are you doing?
I'll look back. Are these people with the red eyes the ones that called my name out? They still like behind me? Like, did they continue to approach me after I came down the hall?
Now that you ran away,
Yes.
and as you look back, they're just like standing there watching you, both like cock head in one direction. And they start to walk towards you, unison. Just Clyde.
What do you want? Who are you? This isn't your ship.
Come on, Clyde. And they both hold out their hands.
No.
Clyde.
No.
And they approach closer, and they just keep saying your name as they get closer and
Uh-huh.
closer.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Until they get up to you and they like.
And I thunder wave them.
Okay.
They need to save on a Constitution throw. I know this is going to be a little iffy.
I rolled an 18.
Ooh, so they're not pushed away, but they do take damage.
Damage.
18,
We
yeah.
can hear it.
2d8.
You guys at this point, before this happens, what did you roll?
21.
21?
21. 14 points of thunder damage. The second.
So it goes off. You all hear a loud boom coming like further down from where you're looking right now. And you can hear just the repetitive Clyde, Clyde. And you can hear it now behind you, to your right, in front of you. And there's even a brief moment where you hear it coming from the air vents above you.
Oh, God.
And-
Oh.
I'm gonna say we run towards the thunder.
Yeah.
As you do that and it lets that out, you can see it like rips chunks of flesh off of both of them. They're just standing there, just like, come on, Clyde. As they reach out and start like grabbing at your pants to try and like pull you in a direction.
And because I can do it twice, I do it again.
Okay.
Another con save.
That time they would fail.
Oh, I kind
They
of feel
got a
bad
10.
for these poor little gnomes that are obviously possessed.
Oh.
Shit.
11 points of thunder damage, and they're pushed 15 feet away from me.
Okay, as they get pushed back and that little bit more skin rips off, clothes get torn back, they like fumble into the cross section that would on the opposite side of them from you, and you two now see as two dark gnomes just like skid across the floor, all bloodied, and they stand up and just, Clyde, come on, and they begin to approach him again, and it just, you know, you took your first left and not your second left sort of deal. Yeah, you were just at the wrong door. I rolled it on my end.
Do we see Clyde?
Well, I'm assuming
Are you
we're
approaching
like,
now?
hey,
Yeah.
it must be there.
So as you approach, there are
We're running our maximum distance, I guess. What would that be?
There- two deep gnomes between you and
I'm gonna
Clyde,
carry you because you're light enough.
and they look beat up, and he is panicked at a door.
Not like panic, but I'm like,
Well,
you stay the fuck away from me. And as I push them away and they're all tumbled out, I draw my horn because that's the. I'm gonna fucking squash you.
Clyde, what are you doing
I
over
will
here?
try to reach them
so
telepathically.
given your three's size, it is a tight enough space that you can attack with a weapon, but you're not going to be able to do a whole lot.
It's more like.
These hallways are a good like at max 6 feet wide.
Well,
Yeah.
I think I can do this and that.
I better not turn into a horse then.
Yeah.
I will try to reach them telepathically. Do I recognize either one of them?
Give me an
Even with
intelligence
the red
roll.
eyes?
Give me an intelligence roll to try and link up with them.
Just a straight intelligence roll?
Yep.
Well, my intelligence is 20, so
The same thing, right?
You three behind them and Clyde on the other side, you can hear the
16
voices
is what I got.
coming from behind you.
But we fought the worm things. They
Is
didn't
it
have red
16
eyes,
plus
right?
5 or?
Yeah,
Plus
it's
five?
like-
Yeah.
Okay, you connect, and it's sort of just like what you hear outside, you can hear inside their head, and like very low screams. And now I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw. A lich.
They're not dead, I don't think.
No,
They're gonna be.
No, the
They'll
lich
fuck
controlling
off.
them. Or not a lich, what do you, mind flayer.
The illithid.
The who?
No, listen.
It's the same thing.
Is it
What
not
am I
the earth
making
thing?
here? A wisdom?
Is it the earth thing? Would I be able to recognize this, or
You give me an investigation roll on that. What'd you ask?
Am I making a wisdom saving
A
throw?
wisdom saving throw.
Okay, so I get double on that.
would it be with advantage? Because technically it's.
I'll give it to you. Yeah.
Come on, fucker.
Increase investigation.
Yeah.
What was that? 15, 17.
22.
So 17,
Not related,
16.
and you fail.
Oh,
16 is
God.
my best.
You three standing there, and you can see it before them looking at now your three friends on the other side of these guys. His eyes begin to glow pink and then red, and you two begin to hear him just go, Clyde, follow us, Clyde.
Who? Us two as well?
No,
You.
just
You.
Oh, just me.
You starting to talk that way.
Right, turn around. Just,
Hey,
It didn't seem to work on the other two.
I mean, I used magic on them, so.
physical trauma. Oh Lord, bless my pimp hand.
You hear the voices behind you getting stronger, and either one of you is going to look back.
No.
Shield drawn, gun drawn.
Okay, as you look back, there's a good 20, 30 down either hallway. Just Clyde. Clyde.
Should we
Clyde.
maybe follow?
Only me that they want.
So let's.
Why do you
Hey,
fuckers want me?
They don't.
It's just
Something does.
Clyde. Come with us.
No. Not until you tell me what you want.
At this point, you begin to hear like a loud thumping sound from down the hall.
Oh, that's not good.
We,
And-
I'm running to. I'm like backing up towards Clyde.
Yeah. Kind of like kick the little gnomes over.
As the sound gets louder, you all begin to smell like that fiery smell you've become accustomed to with Danica.
Uh-oh.
So,
And from around the corner steps this large man, very similar build to Clyde, different facial markings, and only difference is a large piece of glass almost wedged into his face. And he goes, Horncarver, you're coming with me.
Oh, am I?
Hold the fuck on there, you fucking reject.
And you just hear the other ones go, Clyde, follow him.
No, what do you want?
sorry, Xander.
Big guy,
It's
bigger
more
guy
than- I
approaches
wish I was
you
like a
and
deaf
he's just
person.
walking
Xander,
through them.
Not deaf people are like,
And
anywhere.
Yeah.
are you gonna stop him from getting close to you?
No.
He gets like 2 feet away from you, and he looks. It's like looking in a mirror. The only difference is the facial markings,
Would
the
this
different tribal
have,
markings. And
would
you,
this have any recognition to what I've seen in my dream?
as you give me a history roll with advantage.
History?
Mhm.
13.
13. He looks at you, and you have the feeling he's similar. He is you, but he's not you. He can't be you. You're you, right? Well, he's not you, and he just looks at you and goes, "You were watching, weren't you?
Watching what?
The crab was quite tasty."
Oh, was it?
You're speaking in tongues, sir.
And he just holds out his hand and goes,
No.
"Come on."
You don't know. I don't know. My parents taught me don't accept things from strangers if they don't tell you what they want.
Be like, I don't think we can get out of this without going with them.
You guys are fine. He wants me, not you.
We're
Adios, Xander.
obviously not going to leave you or Xander.
Well, I have a strong feeling these guys will snap out of it as soon as I do what he wants.
Can you promise that?
Why not?
That's not trustful.
It's not me doing it.
Can
It's
I?
him doing it.
Can I?
And he points towards just like the crowd of deep gnomes.
Who's him?
It's just a brief.
As you both say that, his eyes begin to glow like an orangey color. All of the markings on his face begin to glow orange, and he just opens his mouth. And Danica, you hear from inside his mouth an old name that you don't. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't translate, but it's just the name of another star. And as he closes his mouth, all the glow lowers, and he just looks towards you. Please.
Well, that doesn't have anything to do with who you pointed at.
Please.
Give me one good reason why I should. A good reason? What the fuck do you want?
Not what I want. What he wants. And what he wants is you.
For what purpose? Everybody seems to want me.
For now, we will say to talk. We'll see where it goes from there.
Can
Okay.
you promise their safety?
Will you?
He just like slowly turns his head towards you. I can't guarantee anything, but I
No.
will guarantee that most, if not all of you, will make it out of here in one piece.
Y'all,
Primarily these four, as I point to.
you're gonna guarantee that they all make it out, or I'm not doing shit.
Am I even trying to break free of whatever?
You have no
controlling me?
choice.
You have no choice. It's
So
like
you're
you're
no-
there.
You, Xander, right now, you are standing in a small room that is on fire, and there are thousands of other gnomes around you, all on fire as well,
Oh god.
all holding their heads. You can't talk, you can't hear anything besides screams, you can't move,
I can't telepathically talk to the others.
nothing.
As I'm waiting for my answer, can you guarantee us four safety?
He stops and gets a little closer to you, Clyde, walks past you towards O'Shine and looks you over. An earthling. I remember when you were just specks. I can guarantee that you will walk out of here
Alive.
safely. But I cannot guarantee what he will do if you don't agree.
I said we go for it.
I don't think we have a choice.
You will look after the gnomes. I'll go talk with my oddly familiar friend here.
No, because you need someone there.
Yeah, we're going with you.
Yep. And
I was gonna say we're just gonna pick Xander
I
up.
pick up the Xander.
As you,
We're all going with you.
as you pick him up, and he's just sitting there going, Clyde.
I kind of smack.
Wake up.
I was gonna say just hook him onto his leg and he can walk with Clyde.
He just goes,
Take a
well,
backpack.
I think Xander knows the way. And then Xander starts to fade out of it. And as best as can be described, it feels like the day they cut your skull open and started prodding inside to see what it would do. And just like being forced shut as you come back to. In immense mental pain, the worst migraine
And your cheeks.
ever felt.
Am I fully myself though? Now?
You are you. You don't know
For how long?
for how long, what happened, anything.
Do I have any way of find out an Arcana check? Anything like that?
Sure. Give me an Arcana check.
Be nice. Oh God. What is that? A 9? So 20.
20?
Yeah. Right? Hang on.
Yes.
Best you can tell, it has some sort of mass mind control in a very violent manner.
Technological, or is there no way to tell?
Yeah, that part you don't know.
That part you're too
Okay.
busy screaming.
Okay.
It's just because we didn't have a session on Halloween.
No.
Why you're doing this?
I know this is terrifying, especially the gnomes in the fucking air vents.
Hoping that
But
whatever's
At this
inside.
time, you guys all start to notice that the light's getting a little hard on your eyes.
Oh, right.
And it's starting to get like really, really bright in here.
Hoping that what's controlling me can't hear me telepathically, I speak to him only, and I surreptitiously hand over the long-range communicator. Say you're a tinkerer. You could probably tinker with this so that you can get in contact with our ship.
As
Try it. It's our only
I
hope.
sort of turn my locator so it's instead of, or my communication instead of facing here, faces on my wrist.
Mhm.
I just start pop each one up and I just connect them.
And you all start to make your way towards the Admiral's office, walking there slowly.
Do it.
You're sort of being forced there by the crowd, and anytime you come to like an intersection, there's just more of them standing there watching you as you walk past.
Crowd surf.
And you know, if you have to take a corner, they're standing there, so you go down the right corner. But you recognize it as you're heading towards the Admiral's office. You're heading towards your father's office. And as you get to the door and it opens, it's starting at that point where like the light's almost unbearable. It's like looking at the sun right now.
I'm fine.
I think I have the sun shield up. If I'm not even looking.
You just get in the office, the door closes, and you just see your father standing there, eyes red. And that's where we're going to end for today.
Boy.
Blah.
Con.
Oh boy.
Fuck.
I'm not going to make the mistake of trying to reach him. Get sucked
Yeah,
in
look
again.
what you did to us! This is all on you!
All I know is I almost killed a couple of possessed
Excuse
gnomes.
me, we could have walked away.
Now I know I
scot-free if
never
we
got an
didn't
answer
run in
about
like
the red eyes.
idiots.
I know. Just turn around. Nope, we're not doing this one.
So we were gonna meet
So-
them anyways at some point.
So next
I was
If I
time,
hadn't asked for supplies.
next time, hopefully, we're on the new channel.
Just
If
had
we
some
get
technical difficulties.
yeah.
if we get everything set up in time,
Working on
Um,
some stuff.
and hopefully by then, or maybe the week after, we'll have the fourth camera set up, and all of us will be seen. It won't just be you four and an ominous voice in the distance.
Yeah. Missing some pretty funny faces over DM side.
We just need something here.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Yeah,
I mean, you guys had a backdrop. I need a backdrop.
Yeah.
we'll probably
Were
factor
you
the same thing.
already planning on having us meet my ship, whether or not I'd asked for help?
We'll talk about it later.
Talk about it when the cameras are on.
All right, guys. So
Pretty
thanks
prepared.
for coming along on this journey. Oh, I can't believe we finally made it to session 10.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a long time in the making.
Looks like, well, episode 9, session 10.
Well, whatever the case may be.
No, it's episode 10. I'm an
Yeah,
idiot.
yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully next week we are actually on the Tabletop Tavern,
Yeah.
which will be really exciting.
I'm pretty excited.
New chapters for everybody,
The
new experiences, and all
channel's
the
been
fun
made
stuff.
for quite a while now.
Well,
Well, yeah, we've just been.
why promote it when nothing's happening on it, right?
But now.
But anyways, with that, I bid you guys adieu, because this may be the last time you see us on Kirby Stream World.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Oh shucks, darn! I don't have to tear down my setup
Same
anymore.
thing last week.
Didn't think we were gonna run into technical difficulties though.
It happens.
But
So-
at least we had backup prepared.
Yep.
Exactly.
And if it happens again next weekend, well,
Oh well.
it happens. It's not easy starting up a channel.
No, it's definitely not, especially on this magnitude.
Yes.
Like for mine, you know, you just set up some nice little stuff in the background, throw a camera on it, throw a mic on, you're good. This one takes a little bit more planning.
Just a little bit.
A
We're
little.
working on it.
Little bit.
A little bit. But anyways, talk to you guys on Monday.
Spoon.
I've got to spoon. We will be back, probably streaming more Dead by Daylight, or maybe some Call of Duty Cold War. I don't know yet. Monday isn't here yet.
Graphics on that are awesome.
Until then, I will see you later, and you'll see the rest of this lot next Saturday.
Not on this
Ciao.
channel.
Hopefully.